And now the
check,
study
check,
basketball
1 2 1
training.
2 1 2
Let's
check,
hang
check,
out.
1 2 1 2.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
How long are you going to keep making the same mental mistakes? You know what the definition of insanity is, don't you, Bo?
You know what I don't have? I don't have a killer instinct.
That was so bad, Bart's got to get fired. Bart, you're fired. Bo screwed it up so bad, you're fired.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
A show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Can you believe we're doing this? Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Look, another excuse for this jackwad.
That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kurt Realtors, The Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric. Flight by Yingling and Fayetteville Auto Park. And now, Chuck and Bo.
If you're going for pretty, I ain't know. I tell you what's pretty. When your ass 24 and they're 14. That's beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about, right? Don't ever apologize for winning a game.
Amen.
Don't ever apologize for winning a game. Not the finished product, but they're 3-1, and they're 1-0 in conference play. And let's not act like that happens every year. I'm not saying, let's throw a party and drop the confetti and all that, but it's better to be 3-1 than the alternative.
Who had Arkansas 3-1 to start the season? Was that you? I'm not talking about you. Was that you listening this morning? Did you have Arkansas 3-1? How did we get to 3-1? It's fascinating. Like it's fascinating that Arkansas gets to 3-1 the way that they've gotten here. And I'll tell you my biggest takeaway from the game right out of the gate this morning. As I talk from a new microphone, Chuck.
That is a very nice microphone,
mine's at home.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in the kitchen, probably next to the coffee pot.
Yeah.
But I'm here. I've got a microphone that Bart normally talks into. I don't sound nearly as good today. Is that why you sound like you sound all the time, Bart? Is the microphone?
What's your microphone sound like, Bart?
I think it sounds just fine.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Deep, rich baritone.
Well, the reason it's at home is because I was recording all those movie trailers on my side hustle. So my takeaway watching Arkansas through 4 games this year is you always feel like you have a chance. You never feel like you're out of the game. At least I watched the games, and last year felt so hopeless so many times. Almost go back to the Chad Morris era where you're watching a game and it doesn't matter who they're playing. You're nervous. You don't think they can win the game. This is completely opposite. It feels like you always have a chance. Now, you're going to play some teams where maybe it feels like you don't. But through 4 games, for all you want to say, all the details, all the analysis, all the commentary about the game, it feels like they are in every game and they got a chance to win the game. And I felt like that they were in control. At no point in this Auburn game did I think they were going to lose.
I really, I thought they could, but I never felt like in the second half that Arkansas was giving the game away. A lot of people talked about what happened in Stillwater and, the collapse, if you want to use that term. And I didn't, I never felt like that was going to happen Saturday. Look, I felt this all along. I've said it 2 or 3 times already. You can't bring 50-something new guys onto a team and expect to have the finished product before September ends, or at least, your second or third game of the season. This is going to be a work in progress. It's still going to be a work in progress. To me, the standard for this team this season is let's get better every week and see what that adds up to at the end of the year. I thought they were better than they were against UAB. Now, were they better against UAB than Oklahoma State? No. You're not going to play your best all the time against a non-conference opponent. And I don't think they played their best game Saturday. And we may be a ways away from their best game. But I see steady improvement. Are they the finished product? No. I mean, they're not. They know that better than we do. But don't ever apologize for winning a game. And don't act like going to Jordan-Hare Stadium and winning over an Auburn team that you don't think is very good is like your birthright. It's hard to win. I mean, it is hard to win. And you just don't show up, even if the other team's struggling. And I thought Arkansas made the plays at the right time, and that allowed them to win the game. Was it a consistent 60-minute batch of great plays? No. But when they needed to make a great play, they made a great play.
Well, most football games aren't like played like that. You know, I mean, just in general, pick another team, pick another game, watch the NFL games. How many games are flawless?
That's one of the things I thought. Have you seen the other teams play?
Yeah. I mean, college games for sure, but even watch the NFL. I mean, these guys are professionals. You can argue whether college players are professionals.
Cowboys weren't very professional until the fourth quarter yesterday.
Moral victory for the Cowboys yesterday.
Yeah. We're going to pass that.
We'll get into some of those scorers and some of these other college scorers. But how about TJ Metcalf?
I thought he played great. Player
of the game. He's got to be like SEC Defensive Player of the Week.
He will be. The forced fumble, in my mind, was an even bigger play than the interceptions. That guy was going in.
Took away a touchdown.
I mean, he was going in.
Here's TJ after the game.
You know, all week, Coach been getting on us about our angles to the ball. So, I just kept my inside and punched the ball out when I needed to. And then, Steven Dish recovered it. So that was major.
Yeah, let's just talk about the defense for a second. They showed up big time.
Oh, I thought
Auburn,
so.
5 turnovers. Auburn has 14 turnovers on the season.
They've got quarterback issues. There's no doubt about that. They've got quarterback issues. And it's going to haunt them the rest of the way if they don't get it figured out.
That's what quarterback issues look like. I don't think Arkansas has a quarterback issue. Some Razorback fans think that Arkansas has a quarterback issue. That's what quarterback issues look like. When you watch Auburn play, that's what a real quarterback issue looks like.
Here's the thing Auburn does not have at that position that Arkansas does have. When they struggled throwing, when their quarterbacks, first Brown and then Thorne, when they struggled throwing the football, they did not have the ability to move the ball with their legs. And Talon has the ability to move the ball with his legs. To me, there were 2 or 3 runs that he made in that game that, you could argue were among the bigger plays of the game. I mean, I thought the play where he tight-roped up the sidelines about 6 or 7 yards to get the first down, that was a huge play. And there were plays in the middle of the field where they ran the option off the zone read. And, I mean, his strides are long like Matt Jones's were. Now, he's not the finished product throwing the football, but we've had a lot of great quarterbacks over the years here who could run like the wind, and they weren't the finished product throwing the football, and Arkansas won a whole lot of ball games with them.
Just to finish the TJ Metcalf Player of the Week in the SEC stat line, he's not there. They haven't announced it yet. They'll probably announce it later today. 2 interceptions, 2 pass breakups, a forced fumble, which
and 4 solo tackles. 4 solo tackles.
Incredible game. And he should be and probably will be the SEC Defensive Player of the Week. Or normally they'll pick 2 and he'll be like a co-defensive player of the
4
week.
4 or 5 codes.
Right. But back to Talon and what you're talking about. Here's Sam Pittman on his quarterback after the game.
It's not just the 80 yards. It's when he ran it for the 80 yards. I mean, there was so many third downs and so many big plays that he ran and got outside of them to make a first down. And I just can remember over and over when he gets outside the pocket, I'm going, run, because we knew we could move the chains. And he just did a wonderful job there. He didn't play his best game. We're waiting on it, and he's going to play that. But I tell you what he does. He's a winner. And when the times get tough, it's just like last week too. He's going to make a play, and that's what he did. I made several of them today and last week as well.
When I see Talon run, and I'm kind of like Coach Pittman, I'm thinking run. Every time he gets to the edge, it's going to be a play of significance. I mean, I feel like when he takes off, Arkansas is going to get a first down. I don't know if he's going to score, but they're going to get a first down. He's rugged. He's got long strides. He can break a tackle. Now, look, I look at total offense.
He can Karate Kid you.
Yeah, man. Holy cow. Man, I was
like, I think he thought the guy was going to go low, and he did not.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
I'm like, he just tried to jump over like a 6'1" guy, standing straight up.
I got a knee in the chin there. But, you look at the numbers in this game, and I'm not a real big numbers guy, but I do think they're worth looking at here. I see the 12 for 27. I do. I see the 151 yards passing. I see the 2 interceptions. I see all that. But I also see 80 rushing yards. And I want you to think about stats for a minute. We've talked about this. Sacks go against the quarterback's individual rushing totals in college football. It's a statistical difference between college and pros. There were 3 sacks by Auburn. Green's net rushing was 118 yards. There were 38 yards there of losses from sacks that go against his individual numbers, even though it really wasn't his fault. So what I look at are the 151 passing yards and the 113 net.
18.
118 net rushing yards. That's 270 yards of total offense from your quarterback. You can win games with that. Now, you don't win them stylishly. You don't run people off the field. You may have games where a lot of your fans say, man, we gotta do something there at quarterback. But I'll tell you how I am. I've seen enough games over the years. I'll take a 1-point win and run for the bus every single time, and I don't care what anybody says.
Well, do you want somebody else? Like I don't. When I watch Talon Green play quarterback, he hasn't even begun, as Pittman alluded to scratch the surface of playing his best game. I see tons of potential, and I see him and the team offensively figuring out a way to win without him playing his best. Man, it's so hard to play your best, but it's such a help to have the ability that he has when you're not playing your best. He's got a built-in default switch called he can run the ball.
He's a competitor too.
Oh my gosh.
He's a competitor. And look.
And that players rally around him, they respond to him, they believe in him. There's so much to be said for that. And so I'm sure people are going to continue to criticize Talon Green. But man, I was sitting there watching the game. I don't even know this fan. They're sitting over here. I hear them talking. And they're like, Talon Green this, Talon Green that. We got to get another quarterback. He comes out of the game. Pittman said it was because of cramps. He comes out of the game. And Malachi comes in, and he's in there for 3 snaps?
Yep.
And the guy is immediately griping that he didn't run the ball like Talon would have, and he could have just ran it there for a first down.
It's pretty easy when you watch on television.
It's so right.
I'm guilty of it too.
Sure.
I'm guilty of it too. It's very easy to see when you're sitting in your chair.
Every time we talk about replacing someone in sports, what you really don't think about is what you're about to do, what you're about to lose, and what you have to replace. Because when you replace somebody, what you immediately think is, I'm going to get all of that, and then I'm going to get better. But you don't get all of that. You get brand new, whatever that is. Whether it's a coach or a player, you don't just take the good and keep it when you get rid of them. You lose that and you bring in a whole new person, whether everything that comes with that coach, everything that comes with that player, and everything that does not.
It's very similar to this show, Bo. We fired Bart 3 times, and then the reality during the day sets in that we don't have anybody to replace him.
Who's going to go get Chuck's charger? Who's going to go get extra
Who's going to
chargers?
bring me a charger?
Who's going to put what National Day it is in the notes?
Who's going to print out the note?
It's National Family Day. National Family. I would not have known.
His birthday
the boss.
The boss.
By the way, Hugh Freeze. Man, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. Post-game press conference, Hugh Freeze. What kind of offense are you like? Do you have a problem with your offense? Is that what's happening here? Here's what he said.
Unfortunately, this is what I know, and I know that there's people open, and I know that we're running the football, and we got to find a guy that won't throw it to the other team, and we got to find running backs that hold on to it. You know, that's a huge play there. I mean, we're going in to score. I don't know, what was it, 7-0 then, or so it's 7-7, and our defense gets a stop, and who knows what happens. But, you know, the scheme is what most everybody in the country is running some sort of, but you've got to have good play at quarterback for sure to whatever system you're going to choose.
Let me just throw my guy under the bus here and let you know that it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Bo Wallace.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Bo Wallace, his former quarterback at Ole Miss, is on Twitter.
When Freeze was his coach.
Killing Freeze and saying he's such a bad guy, never done anything for me, throws people under the bus. When are you Auburn fans going to realize what you got? Just a bad guy. That's his former quarterback.
There's nothing like a college football Saturday, a few beers, your phone, and Twitter. I mean, you can raise 9 kinds of hell, man.
It's so true. It's so true. Let's raise some here. 877-377-6963. Thoughts on the game? What'd you leave the game thinking? When you finished watching the game, what were your thoughts?
When you
what were
downed
you
that last beer,
thinking?
What were you thinking?
When you had that last flight by Yingling, when you raised that glass to Arkansas's 10-point double-digit victory on the road, what were you thinking? What are you thinking on a Monday morning? It's the Chuck and Bo Show at 6:17. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, first and foremost, congratulations on the official launch of the Chuck and Bo Show. I want to know, how did you guys decide which name went first, Chuck or Bo? Was that a flip a coin?
Ty Story, high school football coach and former college quarterback.
I love coaching, but it's a lot more fun after LASIK. Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. The McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
Call the Hogs at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas for the 2024 Southwest Classic. This season marks the 15th and final iteration of the neutral site installment of this historic rivalry between the Hogs and the Texas A&M Aggies. It all goes down inside the house that former Razorback Jerry Jones built on Saturday afternoon, September 28th. Secure your tickets today at AT&TStadium.com.
The Razorbacks have won it. Look at these Razorbacks coming over to get that trophy.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
What's your Oaklawn? Is it hitting the slots for fun and high fives? Or having a round at Silk's Bar and Grill before the action? Play your way at Oaklawn's 24/7 non-smoking casino. With 1,500 slot machines, live roulette, craps, and blackjack, a sports book where you can watch and wager on your favorite games and live entertainment at Pop's Lounge, you'll never run out of fun. It's time for more winning and more excitement at Oaklawn. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Taylor Green, Arkansas QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Are you interested in saving money on your heating bills and upgrading your home's energy efficiency? Now's the time. Installing or upgrading to natural gas allows you to take advantage of high-efficiency appliances that save energy and money. From furnaces to water heaters to gas dryers and fireplaces, there's a natural gas option to fit your home and your budget. What's not to love about that? Don't wait. Call AOG today at 800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com to learn more. AOG, energy for life.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Back to Save Sports Radio.
Reaction Monday, 24-14. Arkansas beats Auburn. Your thoughts, Chuck? Your thoughts on Auburn's next game?
Auburn wins. Auburn beats Oklahoma.
Chuck is calling it first thing on Monday morning. Auburn's going to upset Oklahoma.
I thought Oklahoma actually played a better game than some people give them credit for.
I think they played better than a lot of people thought that was going to go.
They've got a really good defense, I think.
You guys jumping on my Auburn wins thing? You going with that, Barn?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'm not there yet.
Well,
what's the line? What's the line?
2.5.
Well, even if
Oklahoma by 2.5.
Oklahoma is a 2.5 point favorite at Auburn.
First team to 21 wins.
Tennessee won 25.
If one of the teams gets to 21, that team wins.
Tennessee 25, Oklahoma 15 in Norman over the weekend. But that's the way college football, your point, whether they win or not, it should be a really good game, and it'll be a very tough game for Oklahoma to win.
It will be.
Eddie in Clarksville, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to this great fan base. And I'm still walking on sunshine, baby, because I knew we had a team with a God-given talent to go in. Woo! To Jordan Hare. And what do? Front of a sold-out capacity Tiger Den crowd. We leave Jordan Hare. Woo! Winners, baby. And so I want to dedicate this song this morning. I got it all cranked up. I mean, what's running through my veins right now cannot be matched. And I tell you this, it's just what I call home jubilation. And what is home jubilation?
What is it?
Well, it's just a feeling of joy and sweet emotion magnified 1,000 times running through your body. Let me say this. Woo! I said, you got to have, what did we find Saturday in Jordan Hare besides a win? We found a team, I tell you what did I say? Playing with high hopes for a living. And boy, when they go down there, and what did they do? Woo!
That's a long one, man.
Crack it up, baby. Because when you got a team that plays high hopes and has a vision, you got a team that can win, baby. And let me crack this up to Coach Pittman and the entire team. Earl Smith, baby. Sweet emotion. Crack it up for me this morning, baby. And before I leave today, I got 2 more songs I cranked up by the cars.
Yeah.
Let the good times roll. Yeah. Baby, keep it rolling. And then let's go to Arlington. The other car song, shake it up, baby. Because when we leave Arlington, whoa, we're coming back 4-1 to take on the Vols. And I'm going to make a prediction. We're going to beat the Vols in Fayetteville, baby. That's what was sold out. Capacity crowd. Home mania crowd. Come We beat you the last 3 times. We're going to beat you again, baby. You didn't look that good to me Saturday. We can beat you, baby, because we got the God-given talent to do it.
All right, Eddie.
My call.
Hey, makes me nervous sometimes.
Woo!
JR's in Shady Grove. JR, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hog jubilation.
Guys.
Hey,
How y'all
JR.
doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I thought our secondary Saturday, played a pretty good game. Is there an injury report? When does the injury report have to come out for this game
Thursday.
coming up? What, on Thursday? Is Tudis, is he still on reserve? Is he out? What's the status on him?
We'll know more Thursday. And we might know more today. Pittman will probably get asked about it today at his press conference, but Thursday is when we'll know more about that. David's in Searcy. Hey, David, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Listen, everybody talking about Green did this, he didn't do that. Listen, I can't remember the last time I was actually up to my potential for an entire day. There may have never been one. And we all make some mistakes. Key to point here, I just dialed the wrong number trying to call y'all and got a recording that was a commercial. And I thought surely Chuck and Bo and Bart and Ty had not gone to a commercial first.
Wait, who did
and
you
then the
call?
commercial cut off and a lady came on the phone congratulating me for seeking help with my erectile dysfunction. And I told her, wait a minute.
I was just trying to call the Chuck and Bo Show.
I said, wait a minute. I may have to call you back because right now I want to talk to Chuck and Bo, but I will get your number. So since we all make mistakes. And I do have the number, by the way.
What is the number?
This man can win the football game with which we have already seen. If you ask Hugh Freeze right now, he'll tell you he is a nightmare. At one point in time in the ball game, when I believe we're up 10 and Auburn has to go for it on 4th down, and what happened? Somebody made a mistake and they busted for a touchdown. And what does everybody think? Here we go again. My phone was blowing up and I concurred. You may be correct. We may be blowing it again. I don't know. We may be blowing it again. But then, for all the people who do not like Coach Pittman, whatever, he outcoached Hugh Freeze for the rest of the game. If Hugh Freeze had done the same thing that we did to win the football game, they possibly could have won the football game. But he did not, and we did. We ran it right down their throats and scored. Ball game over. So quit talking about the coaching. He got outcoached. Go Hogs.
All right, David, thank you. You know, one of the things that happened last year in Fayetteville when Auburn won big, their quarterback, which was Thorne, did to Arkansas what Green did to Auburn Saturday. He ran the ball. Arkansas and Pittman talked about this. They made an adjustment defensively at halftime because they had an idea Thorne was coming in. They knew what he wanted to do off that RPO, the same thing he did in Fayetteville last year. The difference last year was their quarterback's ability to run the ball. The difference this year was Arkansas's quarterback's ability to run the ball. At least that's the way I looked at it.
I'm proud of you for being able to bring some analysis after. I mean, what a great story, even if none of it was true. I really appreciated that effort from David and Searcy all the way around. I mean, that's just about.
And he kept the number.
It's
not a fool. I mean, he kept the number. As long as we're here.
Gentle Ben, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, yes, sir. Great callers this morning. Great callers. I'm sure they've been entertained since I've been on the waiting line there list. But hey, I could try to talk about the game last week, but I think the other callers are doing a whole lot better job at it than I would do. So what's really on my heart is how do we match up with Auburn? As I know this is early in the week, Tuesday, if I remember right.
A&M. A&M, you mean? A&M. How do we match up with A&M?
A&M's the next game.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. See,
That's all right.
it's too early for me. But anyway, I'm really wondering if if it's too early to ask that question. But I'm already thinking about it, and so I just kind of like for y'all to answer that for me if you can some. And I'm glad that we won. Saturday, but I've been telling people, I said, watch out. I said, I don't think we beat an awesome, great, wonderful team that's going to win a lot of games Saturday. But I said, it's great, wonderful, especially since we were in 11 years. I think they'd won 9, we had lost 1-2, you know, kind of like with Missouri. And I said, so I'm thrilled to death. But I said, I'm just grabbing onto my chair because, you know, I don't think we beat a great team. But anyway, I'll just leave it at that so you don't have to tell me, Ben, your time's up.
All right, buddy. Thanks, man.
There are not a lot of great teams out there right now. Let's not sit here and act like there's a great team on every corner and we're just, you know, way out here in the wilderness. There's not a lot of great teams out there.
It's a great point, and I think people are missing that to some extent.
I was trying to look and see
4.5 point underdog Arkansas opens up at.
A&M's going to be, you know, Elko's a defensive-minded guy.
Yeah.
I would expect Mike Elko to be game planning for Bobby Petrino all week long. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm looking forward to watching Taylon Green on a fast track. Our offenses have put a lot of points on the board over the years with Bobby Petrino pulling the trigger. I love that track down there for one of his offenses, and I think Taylon Green's going to put his foot in the ground a time or two and make a guy look silly because he sure did Saturday, and he's going to be on a track down there where you can really do it.
He's going to have a game, too, where he puts it all together. I don't know if it'll be Saturday, but he's going to have – when you start game planning to stop Taylon running the ball, it's going to open up better passing lanes. And I'll say this. We see all the throws he doesn't make. He's gone through a fair amount of drops this year. I mean, the first 2 balls he threw in that game, I thought he had pinpoint accuracy, and Arkansas dropped the ball. And they weren't easy passes.
Well, there were a couple of throws there that got dropped, yes. I remember one specifically that would have been a long game.
We act like he can't hit the red side of a green barn. I mean, he's not great throwing the football, but when you put the whole package together, he's doing a pretty good job overall. We'll talk more about it when we come back. By the way, you can always listen to the Chuck and Bo Show on the Hit That Line Now app, hitthatline.com. You can check us out on social media. All of our social media platforms give you a link to listen or watch the show at Chuck and Bo Show across all the social media platforms. 877-377-6963. More of your thoughts on a Reaction Monday. Arkansas wins by 10 at Auburn. Coming up.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Rick's in Fayetteville. Rick, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's a privilege to talk with you guys, and I love the Razorbacks.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio. Want to let your voice be heard?
Y'all get me going to work every morning, so I appreciate what you guys do.
Send us a voicemail on the Hit That Line app and speak your truth.
Cheering for the other SEC schools is like cheering for the devil because he's in the Bible.
I mean, I would need a six-pack and a catheter.
Leave us a message for ESPN Arkansas after every Razorback game with our Hit That Line Now app.
You guys are the best. I totally disagree.
Man, hey, them hoes can't do no wrong, fella.
ESPN Arkansas, more than just sports radio.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Did your 6 weeks with your kids this summer fly by? Is your ex on another tropical vacation while you're working 2 jobs to pay your child support? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Arkansas law on custody and child support has changed, and those changes could benefit you. So stop scrolling through her vacation pictures and protect your rights today. Call me at 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
Your Honor, my son deserves this kid.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics. Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. And now, Chuck and Bo.
If you're going for pretty, I ain't know. I'll tell you what's pretty when your ass 24 and they're 14. That's beautiful.
You can hear the entire locker room speech. Watch the entire locker room speech at hogsplus.com. Hogs Plus, all the inside access. What great content, premium content for Razorback fans. I got some great stuff coming out of that game on Saturday. You knew who else was at the game?
Who?
SEC Inside, which is like the Hard Knocks version of the
Netflix.
SEC.
So was Netflix.
Netflix was there too.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere.
Were they on you?
No, no. In fact,
it's good to have them there for a win.
Yeah. I mean, I checked before the game to make sure they were, not going to pipe in, because here's what happens. When they do that, they can hear our off-air conversations. And I always want to know whether or not anybody can hear us.
We know how you are off
I
air.
know.
It's something to
I'm
be
aware of that.
Yeah, it's something to be aware of.
I know.
I'll just tell you, like, if
It's
you
an
ever
HR
wanna
crisis waiting to happen.
We're going to start a premium subscription service somewhere down the road, and it's conversations with Chuck during the break.
You're going to have me mic'd up?
David from Cersei, messaged the show and said what? That he was not kidding about the actual ED call.
That's right. He said, you can tell them my story was not made up.
He didn't make it up.
Really happened.
I mean, that's a heck of a way to start a Monday morning.
It really is.
Try to call the Chuck and Bo Show. You get an ED line, and some lady says, "Congratulations. I'm so proud of you for calling."
That's right.
That happened.
Do you think she really meant
And
it?
he
Or
saved-
do you think
and
she
he
was like
saved the
talking
number.
to him like he was do you think she was pitying?
I don't
him?
know, but like, can you? Like, we can't get into this.
You know where I'm going. don't you?
Heath and Cabot.
Let's hit the phones.
That'll be fine. Heath and Cabot. Good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, man.
Pretty good way to start out the Monday morning listening to you guys. Really,
Thank you.
Really appreciate you
that.
the show. So, hey, a win's a win. Pittman said it best. It wasn't pretty, but I don't think Freeze was outcoached at all. I think the lack of quarterback consistent play and those turnovers really cost them the game. I mean, as ugly as it was, Auburn still had opportunities to win that game. I mean, I guess you could credit Arkansas's defense. Maybe it was just Auburn's offense was so bad, made that defense look a little good. But, hey, they still had to make the plays and make the picks. But moving forward, they still got a lot of cleaning up to do because A&M's not going to be a joke in Arlington, and then it's just going to get worse from there. But, hey, they're sitting at 3-1. They got the first road win, SEC road win. So, I mean, they're in a pretty good position. But I got to tell you, the biggest difference is Bobby Petrino and Green. I know a lot of people are like, Pittman, but he's leaning on Petrino, and he's getting the job done, and it's making a huge difference. So if he continues to do that, and I believe he will, he might be safe for another year. But it's still going to be tough. A lot of football left to play.
Well, it is, and it's tough every year. And I think if I think the question I would ask is, hey, where were you when the season started? Where were you in the offseason? Where are you today? Has it changed? Is it about the same? I agree. The hiring of Petrino and bringing Taylor Green in brought excitement and hope to the fans. They made some other moves as well. Defensively, they played well on Saturday. Offensively, they're a team that gives you hope. At least that's how I watch the games. We can all sit here and talk about how difficult the season's going to be, all the games that are coming up. It's week to week. You don't know what a team's going to be like when you play them. They got a chance to win at A&M on Saturday. But if I'm a fan and I'm watching the Razorbacks right now, I'm excited every week. I'm excited going into the game. And at this point, given where they were last year, I don't know what really else you could expect. I don't know what your expectations could be. I mean, you can come up with whatever expectation you want, but reasonably speaking, this team is so different from last year. And every week you go in, I would think, excited about the game.
Good teams and good programs win while they're getting better. Bad programs lose while they're getting better. I think Arkansas is getting better. I don't think they're the finished product, but they found a way to win the game. And look, you look at A&M's numbers, it's not out of the question to say that this might be a similar type ball game. In you look at what their quarterback did over the weekend, and they had to go with a backup, I know. But let me say this too, and this is, I believe this with all my heart. Coach Petrino is going to make Taylor Green a good quarterback. I don't have any doubt about saying that. I think what Coach Petrino loves to do more than anything else is teach the game. Everybody's got this vision of a guy, and I'm sure there's probably some yelling going on last week, and there may be some more this week. But I think he's at his best when he's teaching the game. And he is teaching Taylor Green his game. But the idea that he's going to digest it all and then be able to execute it all on the field inside a very short window of time, that's not realistic. But he'll get better as the season goes on. Ryan's on the line in Hot Springs. Ryan, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Ryan.
Man, you let me right into where I wanted to go. So good morning, guys. Hope you all had a good weekend. I know I did. First I'll say this. We've had better teams go in there and lose or even get blown out in Auburn. So you know what? I'm excited about this win. But the thing I don't hear nobody talking about for all of Taylor's faults, the rate at which he's completing third downs is awesome.
Yeah.
Great point.
I mean,
that
like
is a
I said,
good point.
Do what now?
I said that is a very good point.
I would just add to that. He makes plays when he's got to make plays. Like he is, I think Petrino called him a winner or Pittman called them a winner.
And those plays a lot of times are on third down.
They've made a lot of third down. They're one of the best in the country, if not at the very top on third and fourth down conversions.
It seems like to me at third down he's at his best. But because I've talked to some people that actually played football because I didn't, and that they talk like Taylor kind of scares them a little bit. They love his athleticism, but some of his ball placement, some of that. And I said, here's what I don't think you're understanding or picked up on. I said, look what he's doing on third down now, and that's led to a lot of this team's success. And I said, I don't think that gets talked about enough. And I just wanted to point that out for everybody listening. I hope you'll have a great day and go Hogs.
Thank you.
It's a great point. More of your thoughts coming up, 877-377-6963. Catch the Chuck and Bo Show anywhere online at the Hit That Line app now, or you can hitthatline.com as well.
Hey, good morning. Bo, it's good to hear you back on the radio, man. I missed you in the afternoons, and you guys seem to be gelling right along. So it's good to hear both of you on morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, I've got some good news. Sweatinum Cosmetic is not just for females. Turns out us guys want to look and feel good too. Why be tired, lethargic, and overweight when we don't have to be? Sure, diet and exercise matter, but there could also be a lot more going on. For example, low testosterone is a real thing among many adult males, not just the old guys. I've heard about the weight loss shots and the low T ads before, and I've been skeptical. But then I stopped by my friend's office, Dr. Jeff Sweatinum. He showed me around that first-class facility and said, here's what we're doing for guys. It's called the Sweatinum Edge. You make an appointment, get a free evaluation covering 4 potential issues: hormones, weight loss, hair loss, and skin. Find out where you are and decide if treatment is right for you. Log on to sweatinumcosmetic.com, sweatinumcosmetic.com, and click on the Sweatinum Edge, or call 479-966-4174 and tell them you heard about the Sweatinum Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list, a craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013, with popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA. There's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Zion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmer. And it's a great time to be a Razorback.
Embrace the home!
Whether it's a touchdown, a slam dunk, or a grand slam.
Big Sully, they were doing all the stuff. I went in there to get something to eat, and they're cheering. I'm like, what is going on here?
We're here with the excitement and insight you crave.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now, you know.
It's the Razorback Daily from the team at Sport and Store.
That might be our best episode ever.
Available wherever you listen to your podcast each morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did I hear my broadcast partner talking about somebody slipping in his DM?
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here. We live here. And we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Every morning in hardworking America, Hardee's biscuit makers rise to bake you Hardee's original made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits. Famous since 1977 and still bake fresh every 15 minutes. It's not the easy way, but it's the only way to make Hardee's breakfast so good. Like our mix and match handcrafted breakfast biscuits. Select items now 2 for $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. And now, Chuck and Bo.
We'll get into that next hour.
Okay.
All the A&M stuff.
All right. That's
those
good.
people are weird.
They are a little strange. Those white uniforms. Bart was talking about them.
Jared in Greenville, Texas.
I have some thoughts.
What do you say, Jared?
Hey, guys. So I called in last week, and my prediction was that Hank Brown wouldn't make it past halftime. Nailed that. Second part of it was that Peyton Thorne would finish the job. Boy, am I glad I'm not right about that second part.
Well, you were half right.
Yes, half right. And I was hoping I was going to be half right. But, man, what a game. It was crazy. It was filled with laughs for me. Every time they throw an interception, I was dying laughing. But, man, I'm excited for this next weekend. Go Hogs. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Taylon Green on third down is a great point made in the last segment. And sometimes we talk about Taylon Green as though we qualify his contribution to the team's offense like, oh, he did it with his legs. That's part of what you have to defend as a quarterback, and it makes up for as a defense, and it makes up for not being able to throw the ball as well as some others.
He's the reason Arkansas's third down percentage is so high. His ability to run the football and the fact that they have to play 11 on 11 and account for him as a runner. That's why the third down conversion percentage is so good. There are other reasons, but that's the overriding reason, in my opinion. We talk a lot about situational football. And when I talk about situational football, I'm talking about Taylon's running the ball. It's 3rd and 8. He rolls right. There's nothing there. He takes off. He's trying to get to the first down marker. 3 yards before the marker, he's got to beat somebody one-on-one. Somebody's coming up trying to make that tackle. He's got to beat him one-on-one. I'll take my chances with Taylon Green every single day. He's going to get the first down.
Charlie and Camden, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I mean, that was a great point last segment about the third downs. And I even saw that the other day. They put it up on the screen during the game, like his completion percentage. We all know it wasn't high, but it was higher on third down. And it's all about, like you said, Chuck, not only can he run and go get it, but he'll buy time. And let's just think about that play to Satania for a minute. That was 3rd and 19, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Rolling left.
I think. Yeah, I mean, that throw is incredible. I know it was a heck of a catch, but just to even give Satania a chance right there was like just unbelievable.
He threw it across his body.
Yeah.
He threw it across his body. You don't see a guy throw it 60 yards across his body every day.
Well, the talent's there, right? And you said it earlier. Petrino is going to mold him in. Every week he's going to be becoming a better quarterback.
I think so. I mean, look.
I believe that.
If I wanted a player to become a better quarterback and I was going to send him to one guy, who would you send him to?
We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. Bank better. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, locally owned and operated. The Fayetteville Auto Park, Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978. And Flight by England, the next generation of light beer. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A great pair. Really honored that you guys are doing this, listening over here in Jonesboro.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, occasional showers and thunderstorms, especially across the north, where you may see the potential for some heavier rainfall. Temperatures in the mid-70s north, mid-80s south. Chance of scattered rain and thunder tonight. Overnight lows will drop down into the low 60s, and then increasing sunshine. Highs in the mid-70s north, low 80s south on Tuesday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Hey, it's Zach from the Ruskin and Zach Show. Join us Friday, September 27th from 2 to 6 as we broadcast live overlooking the 15th green at the Choctaw Club at the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship. We'll have interviews with some of the best players in the world and other special guests, and we'll do it all from the best way to enjoy the golfing weekend from the Choctaw Club overlooking the 15th green. Join us, Ruskin and Zach, live from the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship overlooking the 15th green at the Choctaw Club, Friday, September 27th.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
When I need a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, I always choose the Inn at the Mill. It's centrally located in the heart of NWA at the Johnson exit off I-49 and is the most unique choice of hotels in the region. Whether you're in town for the game, a concert at the Amp, business travel, or just a weekend away, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious, clean room ready for you. Reserve your stay at the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800, or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past.
It's hard to win anywhere on the road, as you know. This team beat us 48-10 last year. To come into their house after what they did in ours and win is very, very satisfying, to say the least.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
This looks like a legit squad. I think they're going to be in every game they play. I don't think I look at a team on the schedule and say, man, that one's going to be a 3-touchdown loss. That's going to be embarrassing. They're going to get run off the field. They got to figure out a way to win games.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
A show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Can you believe we're doing this? Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Another excuse for this jackwater.
That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kurt Realtors, the Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing, and Electric. Flight by Yingling and Fayetteville Auto Park. And now, Chuck and Bo.
It's hard to win anywhere on the road, as you know. This team beat us 48-10 last year. To come into their house after what they did in ours and win is very, very satisfying, to say the least.
It's Reaction Monday on the Chuck and Bo Show. 877-377-6963 is the number that'll get you into the program. Anytime you win, it's a good day. It's hard to win. You don't get extra points for style points, and you don't get points taken away because you weren't always pretty.
Chuck, there's nothing like a celebrated locker room.
There is nothing like a
celebrated locker room. Nelson and Harrison, Reaction Monday. Good morning.
Hey, guys, it's a great Monday. Tiger hunting weekend was a success. We got LSU, we got Auburn, and then the girls got Missouri on the pitch. So Tiger hunting weekend was a success for the Hogs. And then, guys, that defensive improvement, A+ with those guys from UAB. A+ right there. DeQuinton Jackson, he found yards where there wasn't yards. Our offensive line wasn't great. Jackson is a beast. And then with Taylor Green, man, you cannot go into Malachi Singleton or to show people. You cannot say, let's put this guy in, because Taylor brings stuff. He needs to work with Petrino. Petrino needs to get in his head and say, third down, we're in field goal range, don't take a sack. And the last thing right here, guys, two more things. With Bell and Nose special team tackles, Bell blew that guy up. No blew that guy up. I mean, that was awesome. We need more of that in the special team. Auburn has all the talent in the world on both sides of the ball.
we had more heart. That place was white hot. Their DBs were going to kill us if they could. I mean, they blew up Armstrong and Hill. Great for them that they got through those moments. And then National Family Day, guys. National Family Day.
It is.
This team seems more like a family than any team we've had lately. And I want to give a shout out to Andrea McDonald, Alex Collins' mother, for her speech over at the Hall of Honor.
Yeah.
So guys, go home. This is awesome. I mean, this team secretes nothing but hope.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
thank you, Nelson.
He's right. He's right about the family vibe that this team has.
I agree with that.
By the way, Boogie Flam put out a TikTok. I'm sure you saw it come across your feed.
I have a TikTok account
of all the players, doing some TikTok in the locker room of basketball. And somebody texted me and said, I don't remember this vibe with last year's team. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to be said. Look, in coaching, you hear it all the time, Chuck. If we can just get them to play for each other, this team looks like they play for each other.
I agree with that.
This football team looks like they play for each other. There's a lot to be said for that.
Let me say one thing before you head back to the phones. I do think Arkansas is entering a 2 or 3 week period that's a really important period. And I'm not, I realize Tennessee's coming up, and I'm not really talking about that. What I mean is through 4 ball games, they've won 3. They're not the finished product yet. We've talked about how it's going to be a process. Well, you're about to get into the heart of the season. And I think that, for example, the offense in that stadium on that fast track Saturday, I would expect them to be better than they've been the last couple of games. To me, the standard now is where you're better than you were the week before. If you do that, and the answer to that question is yes, they're going to be playing in a decent bowl game.
And they've got some tough games coming up.
They do.
And that's going to show more of, are they really together? Do they play? But they could have easily pointed a lot of fingers coming out of the Oklahoma State game.
Oh, you're right about that.
That's if they do that, they're not sitting here at 3-1 where they are today, in my opinion. Robert's in Fort Smith. Robert, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Reaction Monday.
Hey, guys, you were just talking about, a good bowl game. But that's my thing is where's it going to come from? Because Mizzou, is Vandy that good? Or is Mizzou kind of that bad? Because Vandy's been coming up, and then Tennessee and Texas. I mean, I know everybody wants to play. We could do the upset. But Tennessee against OU, they kind of slowed down a little bit, I feel like. I think Heisel just beat the brakes off.
Look, Tennessee looks as good as anybody right now.
They only scored 25 points in Norman, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with scoring 25 points, but there's going to be a game where Arkansas finds itself in a shootout with somebody. That's going to happen. I don't have any doubt about that. I'm not saying Arkansas is going to win, but it may be that game. My thought is you find a way to beat A&M. Period. End of story. However you got to do it. And then let's pull out the guns and do a little gunslinging.
You said it earlier. There are not a lot of teams when you turn on the TV right now that look like they're just dominating college football. There are very few of those teams out there. It looks like week to Missouri. How good is Missouri? How good is Vanderbilt? How good is A&M? How good are these teams left? How good's LSU?
Here's how I look at the SEC right now. Georgia, Alabama, they're cut above everybody else right now.
You think they're better than Tennessee?
I think Tennessee's right there with them. I don't know. Those games are still going to be played.
But those are the top-level teams.
Those 3, Texas, you put Texas in that group, maybe Ole Miss. I don't know. Those are good teams. And if you beat those teams, it's going to be an upset. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not. But I do think we're going to have a game this year against a good team where they shoot it out. And I'll take my chances in that game. I'm not saying they're going to win all those games, but I think there are a lot of winnable games that remain on this schedule, and some that are winnable now perhaps we didn't think were when the season started.
877-377-6963. And I want to get into that conversation, and maybe we'll do it as the week goes on. We continue to react to this win. But what do you think of this team now? Based on where you were at the beginning of the season, now you've got 4 games as a measuring stick. What do you think? What now that you have more data What do you think of this team now? You can listen to the Chuck and Bo Show anywhere online. Hit That Line Now, or hit That Line Now app, hitthatline.com. Anywhere you go, you can check the Chuck and Bo Show out right there online as well as right here on the radio. Brett is in Searcy. Brett, good morning.
Good morning, Chuck and Bo. How are
Brent,
we doing today?
Doing great.
I just want to tell you, I was so that was a total team effort Saturday. I was so proud of the Gamecock. Razorback, excuse me, I was thinking of something else. Forgive me, Chuck, for I have sinned. I made a mistake on the radio. You there?
You're okay.
Welcome to the club.
We'll let you keep going anyway, Brent.
I just want to tell you, Chuck, I had to have a victorious heater Saturday afternoon after that game, and
nothing like a good Marlboro Light after a big win, huh, Brent?
There's nothing like it, Chuck. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. But I noticed, and this team plays together. Do you know what I mean? We make a mistake on offense. Defense was there Saturday to pick them up, and if we don't have two secondary, I mean, not bust, we just didn't. We shut Auburn out. Coach Williams had a great, and his defensive staff had a great plan, and Taylor Green came back after his cramps, and he played lights out the middle of the third and fourth quarter. I do believe, and I think we're getting better every week, Chuck. We're stacking games right now. Does that make sense to you?
Well, they've played 4 and they've won 3. And given where they were last year, I mean, you win one more game, you've matched last season's win total.
Brent, thanks for the call. 877-377-6963.
We got a text a minute ago. Hogs have yet to play well against an SE or an FBS opponent. They've yet to play consistently well, but they played well in spots Saturday. They wouldn't have won the game if they hadn't. They're not the finished product. I think more accurately, they have not displayed they're the finished product against an FBS opponent. That's fair. But to sit here and say they've not played well, that's not fair. Because they wouldn't have won the game if they've not played consistently well, but they wouldn't have won the game if they'd not made plays. If you want to watch a perfect team, there's 2 or 3 of them out there that might qualify. But the idea that 4 games into this, you're going to be the finished product, I haven't seen very many finished products out there yet this year.
Let's just say
this is a byproduct of the transfer portal for everybody. It's why we don't see finished products till the middle of October.
Let's just say that the message is correct, right? They haven't played well. You're 3-1. Will you take that? Hey, we haven't played well and we're 3-1. Would you take that as a fan? Haven't played well yet. You're 3-1.
I think a lot of people expect it to be, like it was with Tyler and Ryan and, scoring 45 points a game and all that. And it's going to click on all cylinders and everything's going to look beautiful. Doesn't work that way. That's not modern college football. That's not how it works anymore.
But I didn't hear a lot of people. I agree with you when you think Petrino, that's probably what some people think. But where were these people before the season with their 9-win predictions? I didn't hear that. Again, the goalposts seem to keep moving on expectations, and I actually credit the team with that because when they show you they can be better, then you expect them to be better. That's a positive, actually. The fact that you haven't played your best game yet and you're 3-1 and you went on the road to as difficult an environment as you can find in this league. You can talk about LSU at night. You can talk about Alabama. That's as good of an environment for a 2:30 game as you'll find anywhere in the league. That's a difficult place to go win.
It was full. It was full and it was loud. And hey, they're 3-1. They won 4 games last year. Let's not look for every problem out there because the overall arc is improving.
There's a great moment after the game they captured at Hogs Plus. Travis Williams FaceTiming his wife and their new baby.
Got the baby. See the baby right there, everybody? Got the baby there? Yeah, so we got you on TV. So that's Win. W-I-N. baby. We did it. We did it. We did it. Look at it. Look at it. She got her Razorback shirt on. Oh, we good. Look at it. A win for win. So that's baby win right there. Eyes wide open. So that's awesome, man. Blessings, man. God is so good.
How about?
I think she's 2-0 now, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's beating UAB and all.
How about T. Will and his wife naming their baby Win?
Oh, I didn't know that.
WYN. That's her
awesome.
name.
I didn't know that.
He's like, we got a win for win. WYN. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
That's what made Taxi a hit for Harry Chapin, was it was so long, radio DJs loved it, particularly the overnight guys, because it was a 10-minute song.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list, a craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Zion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
Ty Story, high school football coach and former college quarterback.
I love coaching, but it's a lot more fun after LASIK. Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. The McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And Hog Noxious, our listeners just don't let us down. He said, Chuck, explain it to them. Smash or trash by saying swipe right or left.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, the savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco.
For hard work and the great outdoors.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
Progressive knows when you own a boat, life on land is a tough sell.
Come on down to Land, where you can do things like clean your gutters, pay tolls, and even get the wrong thing you ordered. We got it all. Potholes, people talking at the movies, and don't forget about flat tires when it's raining. It's Land.
Life on a boat is way more relaxing, so customize your coverage with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. And relax, knowing you got the coverage you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, #1 rating based on 2022 boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
What's new at Wheeler Power Sports? Short answer, a lot. All new Kawasaki Ninja 500, Z500, Eliminators, and Mule Pro Diesels. New Kawasaki Ridge side-by-side is now arriving. New Polaris Expeditions and Ranger XD 1500s. New Suzuki GSX 8R. New 2024 model Polaris Slingshots, including the Roush Edition, are now in stock. Check us out online at WheelerPowersports.com or stop by and see us at downtown Fort Smith at 901 North 11th Street. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, Chuck and Bo. Love you, Chuck. Been listening to you dang near all my life calling games. Certainly excited about y'all's new show. I've listened every morning.
7:20. Good morning.
We had a text a minute ago. Clint from Van Buren brings something up that I think bears repeating. Arkansas has played one game on campus. The month of September is going to end. Arkansas will have played 5 games, and one of them will have been in Fayetteville. Auburn will play Oklahoma Saturday, and it will be their 5th straight home game. They've not played on the road yet this season. Arkansas' schedule is so screwed up. I mean, between Little Rock and Dallas and all this, the fact that you are going to be into October before you play your 2nd on-campus game. I think one of the reasons the Razorbacks struggle at home, frankly, is they've never been able to get into a rhythm playing at home. You're going to Little Rock, you're going to Dallas, you're going all over the place. You know, lots of these teams in the SEC have 3 and 4 week stretches where they don't have to go anywhere. That allows you to get into a rhythm. Now, Auburn's not a great example because they're not very good this year. At least right now, it doesn't look like they are. But there are lots of teams in the SEC that year after year finish ahead of Arkansas in the standings. And if you go look at their schedule, they'll have a 3 or 4 week stretch where they don't have to travel. Now, just because you sit on the same spot in the couch every week doesn't mean the team didn't have to travel to get to the game. And I can tell you, traveling with a team is a whole lot different than people understand. And all the things that go into it are a lot different than people understand. So I think the point that Arkansas has gone 3-1 with 1 game on campus, and they'll play 5 games, will be into October before they play their first conference ball game at home. I think it bears repeating.
5 weeks, 5 different stadiums.
Yeah.
By the way, but hey, that's a great point. That's another great point. It is.
Point
and here's another one for you. Sam Pittman has been pretty good on the road. Like his teams have played. Hugh Freeze made this point last week that Sam's teams, if you go back and look at the scores, play tough on the road.
That means you play for your coach. When you're a good road team, you play for your coach because it's just you, it's just the guys in the locker room and a smattering of people in the stands. Your family's there, your girlfriend's there, and that's about it. And good road teams play for their coach.
There's a lot of distractions when you play at home. There's a lot of things that happen at home that don't happen on the road. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't play well at home or you're not going to play well at home. I think your point's a great one. They get in a rhythm of playing other places. You know, they've got a kind of a what seems to be a pretty good routine that works for them on the road. But Pittman's had 12 games in his career here at Arkansas decided by 1 score or less on the road. And I thought yesterday or Saturday they played pretty well. I mean, they weren't perfect. I thought they played well at Oklahoma State, blew the game. But they've played well on the road.
Well, and again, that's some teams, some coaches are really good at this. I mean, they circle the wagons and it's you against the world. And again, if you don't play for your coach and play for each other, you don't have a prayer on the road.
Reaction Monday, 877-377-6963. 877-377-6963. You can also text as well as call. By the way, Waiters for Wishes, a Make-A-Wish Foundation event happening at Walk-Ons in Fayetteville on Tuesday. Chuck, a chance to meet the new basketball players.
Okay.
A lot of good players.
It's going to be fun.
Going to be a fun basketball season. We haven't seen or heard a ton from them unless you follow the basketball team on social media, which they do a great job with. You get to listen into some of Cal's comments to the team if you follow the Razorback basketball social media accounts, but you get a chance to meet them in person for a good cause. Waiters for Wishes. It's Tuesday, tomorrow night, 6 to 8 at Walk-Ons in Fayetteville. If you want a table, help them raise some money for a great cause and meet the Razorback basketball team, just call Walk-Ons in Fayetteville and they'll get you set up with a table. Got a text earlier in the show about the game on Saturday. Sugarcoat it all you want. This is from Jeremy in Clarksville. Sugarcoat it all you want. Dude is completing 42% of his passes. Talking about Taylon Green.
He's going to have to get better.
He's a running back, not a quarterback. Ride high for a week. This bad quarterback play will be all anyone talks about as losses start coming. Bad quarterback play? Is it bad quarterback play?
He's not been the prolific passer that I think people came to expect and have come to expect based on what happened when Petrino was here before. I said this in the summer, and I'll say it again. If you really want to get an idea of where Bobby Petrino is now as an offensive coordinator, go watch the Lamar Jackson stuff when he was at Louisville. That's his game now. And Taylon Green is that type quarterback. And is he as good as Lamar Jackson? No. But you look at the things that he's doing right now, and you go watch some of that old video when Lamar was at Louisville. There's a lot of similar concepts there.
The other side of that is, what kind of quarterback is Lamar Jackson if he doesn't run like that?
Well, you're right. He's not an MVP, that's for sure.
I mean, it's part of being the position. Like, it's part of playing the position.
All that matters is scoring points, man. And all that matters, frankly, when you talk about style points, all that matters is when that clock strikes 0, you got one more point than the other guy. If you do, you've had a good day. I don't care what anybody says.
Third down conversions, man. They're second in the country in third and fourth down conversions. A lot of that has to do with Taylon being able to run the ball.
That's right.
It's a complete position. Like, it's not just one part of it. So if you make up for not throwing it as well with your legs, I mean, that's not a negative. That's a positive. And you made a point off the air, which is always a horrible place to make a point, Chuck.
Driving range.
Taylon came out of the game. Pittman said he had cramps. People can argue about whether he was actually benched for a second or whatever. He came back in the game, missed one possession. They went 3 and out. What happened when he came back in the game?
Scored on 3 straight. 3 straight possessions. They put points on the board.
I go back to this feeling watching the team that I enjoy just as an observer of the game. I enjoy watching Arkansas play, feeling like they're going to compete. In any moment, they can pull off a highlight type play on offense. You never feel like you're out of the game. Maybe it will feel like that when they play some of these top-rated teams. But all these other games they're going to play in, outside of the top-rated teams that are on their schedule, like Texas, Ole Miss, and Tennessee, all these other games, which one do you feel like today they don't have a chance to win? And I'm not saying they don't have a chance in those games. But if you want to just take those upper echelon teams and move them off to the side, what other game on this schedule, based on what you've seen through 4 games, do you not think they can compete in and have a chance to win? 877-377-6963. Bart's in the Phil Steele magazine over there.
What does it say?
I had to pull up the
Bible
schedule,
there?
man. Had to pull up the schedule. And to your point, Bo, when you look at it, I mean, A&M's very beatable. They're a very beatable team. They're playing a different quarterback who's a little like Taylon, and that he is a run pass option. He led Texas A&M in rushing in their close win over Bowling Green.
26-20.
26-20. LSU, very beatable team. Mississippi State, extremely beatable. The worst team in the league by a mile. And we don't know. We don't
3 games.
Mile.
Yeah. At least.
That's bowl eligibility,
maybe a nautical
right?
mile.
That's bowl eligibility.
And
right
you haven't
there.
even gotten to La Tech.
Yeah.
And Missouri, I mean, look, Missouri hasn't looked like a good team this year.
So here's a thought.
A really good, like
Mizzou generally gets better as the season goes on.
They do. They don't
I'll
look
give
like
them
a
that.
top 10 team
They
right
do
now.
not right now. You're right.
If we're at Oaklawn Sports or in Vegas or any sports book right now, if you're setting the odds on Arkansas going to a bowl game, what are they? Like, if you start at the beginning of the season, what was it, 4.5, the win total for this year? Over, under 4.5?
Yeah.
Where has that moved to?
It's probably 5.5 now. It's probably 5.5.
Hey, Pittman said something earlier, and I know we're getting ready to go to a break, but Pittman said something earlier. When Green starts rolling out, he's going, run, run, run. Well, I was saying the same thing. And I'm going to guess most of the people listening to this program right now were saying, run, run, run. So don't gripe about what a terrible passer he is if you're one of those people saying run, run, run. He got the first down. They moved the chains. They scored. That's the bottom line.
Were people talking about Matt Jones like this when he was a quarterback?
No.
No, were they? Because
they
he had
weren't.
similar. I don't remember what his career.
We've had
completion
plenty of
percentage
quarterbacks
was,
here over the years that beat other teams with their legs. I mean, look at the history of this program.
So someone texted in earlier, and I can't find the text right now, but they mentioned Matt Jones, and Matt Jones had a lot of games with stat lines that look like the ones that the one
Look
that
at his
Talon
stat
had.
line in the Miracle on Markham game.
Right.
It was brutal.
And so I did. I went and looked at Matt Jones' stat lines, and he did have a lot of games with stat lines like the one Talon had. The difference is that Arkansas lost a lot of those games. Arkansas beat Auburn on Saturday.
How you feeling, Hog fans? How you feeling?
I want to know how people are feeling.
877
reassess
377-6963. You've heard from us. We want to hear more from you. Hop on the phones. From the first whistle to the final play, Razorback fans do know how to celebrate. There was a lot of celebrating on Saturday. When it's time to mark these special moments, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry is here for you. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Blakeman's crafts pieces that celebrate your milestones on and off the field. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, where tradition meets excellence. Back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
You say, well, that's a tough thing to say. Well, we live in a tough world.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Don't miss out on Ruskin and Zach. Brent, what can we do for you today?
Which one is Zach and which one's the other one?
Other one?
I'm watching them.
That depends
Okay.
on what you want. Are you watching? Mad about. Are you watching on TV? Okay, ready? Wave. Derek's the one waving. No, that's
Weekdays from 2 to 7.
one of these days. We'll figure all this out, but I don't know when that'll be. Just start mashing buttons. What's this button do? What's this button do?
Only on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Here we are at Road Chevrolet once again, another month underway. It's back to school time. People going back to work. They need reliable transportation. And luckily, Grant Neal and the guys at Road Chevrolet are here to take care of you with a great selection.
We really work hard to source the best quality used cars. Thankfully, new car sales are picking up, which means that we're getting our new cars as trade-ins, which is the best quality used car we can come across. So we're really proud to have a great selection right now. Across the board, Honda, Ford, Toyotas, we try to carry a large selection and at every price point. So we've got cheaper cars for lower budgets as well as practically new, miles under 1,000 miles used vehicles.
So if you need something you can trust, something you can be proud of, this is the place to be. Road Chevrolet. It's 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren. You know, we always say, prices you'll love, people you can trust.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Over 11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to 7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
All you kids, anytime there's any problem, anytime somebody's, well, why don't you get YouTube TV? Well, why don't you get Sling? Why don't you, I mean, you've always got the answer. Right. You've always got the answer.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some of the dumbest stuff.
Nothing better. YouTube TV, multi-view.
I was in the vicinity of someone who has YouTube TV, and they were watching 4 games on their phone Saturday. I'm thinking, yeah, man, I wish I had that. So I'd have like 4 games I couldn't see.
Why would you try multi-view on your phone? I mean, some people just want to act like they can watch 4 games at one time.
That's the deal right there. And I think you two guys fall into that category.
I do not.
You just like to brag.
Category.
You just like to, I got 4 games. I got a big TV. I got 4 games going. I'm the man.
You do a fair amount of bragging.
That's a good line.
Rick and Lowell, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. What do you have for us?
It's funny.
I don't have 4 games that I can watch at one time, I assure you. I can watch one barely.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Hey, I'm you asked a question earlier. What do you think of these Hogs? I'm pretty proud of these Hogs right now. Talon done his part. The defense and T-Will done their part. And 5 turnovers in Jordan-Hare Stadium. No, what more can we ask for right now? We're not going to blow everybody out by 70 points like we did UAPB. But as Chuck said earlier, if you're ahead by 1 point, that's a successful day at the end of the day. And, to be 3-1 right now, yeah, would I like to be 4-0? You dang right I would. But these Hogs right now are doing their part, and the coaches are doing their part. I'm supporting them, doing my part. And Chuck, I've been a nap trainer for about 15 years, and I can train some folks how to take a nap.
That's fantastic.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah, that is fantastic. You don't need much to take a nap.
I really don't. I can fall asleep in lots of places.
Some people, it's really difficult to take a nap.
No, I don't have any problem. I can show you how to take a nap if you like.
Yeah, sometimes I need some help. I got to do like some breathing exercises, some meditation.
Well,
perfect time.
I just tune the world out, man.
Yeah.
I just
get some white noise.
I am big on white noise. I'm not going to lie to you.
Did you take a nap in Auburn?
Yeah. Absolutely. I take a nap every day.
Were you able to work the television in the TV room or in the hotel room?
Never turned it on.
Is that normal?
Yes.
Wow. What do you do? Okay, can we do this real quick?
I prepare for broadcasts. I prepare for broadcasts.
On the road.
I read.
Yeah.
I read stuff.
You just get in your room. You get in your room. You get some coffee and just sit in your.
I'm a hermit.
Yeah. Really?
When I was younger, I would go out
hit the
you
town,
know, and do the whole deal.
check out the town,
play hurt the next day. I did that a lot when I was younger.
Oh, really?
But no, I can't do
all those great baseball broadcasts.
To me,
you were
no,
playing
I
hurt.
was playing hurt in a lot of those Sunday games. Let me just tell you, I'm not going to, you know, mislead you there. There were several Sunday games I was hurting, but I don't do that anymore. I'm too old, man. Hurts too much. Hurts too much.
Oh, Michael in Charleston, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. It's a Reaction Monday. What's happening?
How's it going, guys?
Hey, Michael.
Hey, I just want to give you my input on the game on Saturday. I couldn't be happier with how they're playing right now. Compared to what we had last year, this is a big turnaround. But you got all these people on these blogs and want to talk about how Taylon's not this and Taylon's not that. So and Malachi, and Taylon's there for a reason. Bobby Petrino knows that. I just think that people just need to sit back and relax, and they'll get there over time. It's not going to be an overnight process, but
yeah,
I'm proud to be 3-1. Would love to be 4-0, but things happen, and I can't wait to see what happens when we play A&M. So down in Jerry's World for the last time, I hope we go down there and get a W.
I think a lot of people out there, when Arkansas makes a bad play or goes through a bad stretch, they like to be the one who says, see, I told you back in July we weren't going to be any good. I've known ever since he got on campus Taylon Green wasn't any good. I told you. People just want to be right. They just want to be right. The naysayers, the people who were predicting doom and gloom at the start of the season, well, this team's 3-1. Well, they can't be any good because I said they weren't going to be. I told the whole world in July this team was going to be awful. Now they're 3-1. It's got to be a fluke.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. How anyone watches Taylon Green play and thinks to themselves, this guy shouldn't be playing. I don't understand it. I do understand people and how we all react, and it's sports and it's emotional. But logically speaking, I don't understand how anyone ever watches him play and goes, geez, I wish he wasn't out there. That guy sucks. Get him off the field. Like, how on earth can you arrive at that conclusion? Well, all he can do is run. He is running, and it's awesome. And that's how you pick up first downs. Sorry.
I don't think you're feeling that in your gut enough.
It was just a moment.
With Mark's on the line in Monroe.
Is that the energy drink there?
At a moment. I mean,
Mark, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Chuck and Bo Show.
Sanity, please.
Thank you. Been a lifelong Hog fan, and down here in Louisiana with all these dadgum LSU fans. But listen to both of you guys for a long time. Appreciate you taking my call. You know, something Bo mentioned a while ago, and that's what I loved when Bobby was there the first time. You never felt like you were out of a game. You know, down in playing Texas A&M, we could come. We're down one game. I don't know, about 21 at half. No, nobody give up hope. We came back and won that game. You know, he goes vertical. I mean, that's what I love about Coach Bobby. With Chad and Art, you know, he was always sideline to sideline. You just never felt like you could run down and score a touchdown. With Coach Bobby, you can. And I think Coach Bobby and Sam make a good team. I think Bobby's happy just being the offensive coordinator. I love it. I love Taylon Green. And another good thing about Coach Bobby, he's going to put the best quarterback out there. Well, it's none of that back and forth like Chad used to do. He's going to put the best guy out there. And if he's got faith in Taylon, I've got faith in Taylon. Love seeing him run. I do wish he would. It seems like right now he looks at Armstrong, and if Armstrong's not open, he runs. I'd like to see him look at Haas and Tesla and Broden a little more, but you know, Bobby's going to get that fixed before the end of the year. It's only 4 games in. I think it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, appreciate that. Coach Bobby's not something I've heard. Coach Bobby, I like that.
That's not the same as calling him Bobby, but it's personable. You know, you still get the coach.
No, but it's personable. It's the 2.0 version of Petrino at Arkansas. It's Coach Bobby.
I think that's the first time I've heard that too.
It's got a lot of just personality and friendliness to it. Coach Bobby. Here's a text, Chuck, coming in on 877-377-6963. Derek in Fayetteville. Honestly speaking, you can't blame Hog fans for being negative. We've had 13 years of horrible football, not to mention the lowest point in Razorback history under Chad. Look, I get I get the feelings of, how long it's gone and average wins in the SEC since joining the league and all these things. But I think you do yourself a disservice. I think you do the team a disservice. I think it does no good to do anything other than evaluate week to week, game to game, season to season. Like last year has nothing to do with this. However many bad seasons you've had has nothing to do with this. You get to enjoy being a fan today or not, up to you. Well, like this has been an enjoyable season through 4 games, despite a tough loss at Oklahoma State. Has it not? Has it not been an enjoyable season 4 games in?
Think back to the 9-4 year when Arkansas went to Tampa to that bowl game. How many style points did they earn during the course of that season? There were a lot of low scoring, 1-score games, but you start adding up the numbers. If you win those games, you add up the numbers at the end of the year, all of a sudden you're 8-4 and you're headed to Tampa. All right, let's go from Monroe, Louisiana to Olathe, Kansas. We cover territory on the Chuck and Bo Show. Jeff, you're on the show. Welcome in.
Worldwide.
That's right.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for taking my call. Hey, 2 points real quick. You got to consider the drop passes that we've had when you look at Taylor's stats. Yeah, 42% completion. But we've had we've had several drop passes, but I don't want to belabor that. My number one point is look how hard they are playing. They are giving 100% effort. They're playing like the Razorbacks of old. They're giving all their effort. They're flying to the ball. They're breaking tackles. And that's what excites me is just how hard they're playing.
Yeah, it's a great point. We'll take more calls coming up. Fantastic point. We're looking for more good points on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, I believe this is all your fault.
Yeah,
I believe
thank you.
all
Thank you. And it's because he doesn't have YouTube TV for starters.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Razorback fans, country music legend Alan Jackson is performing at Bud Walton Arena on September 28th as part of his farewell tour to cap off his Hall of Fame career. Come and join us for the first ever public concert at the Basketball Palace of Mid-America here in Fayetteville for a once-in-a-lifetime musical experience. Visit ArkansasRazorbacks.com and get your tickets today.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands, Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978. I want to make a couple of points here because I have the floor.
All of it. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Zach from the Ruskin and Zach Show. Join us Friday, September 27th from 2 to 6 as we broadcast live overlooking the 15th green at the Choctaw Club at the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship. We'll have interviews with some of the best players in the world and other special guests, and we'll do it all from the best way to enjoy the golfing weekend from the Choctaw Club overlooking the 15th green. Join us, Ruskin and Zach, live from the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship overlooking the 15th green at the Choctaw Club, Friday, September 27th.
Folks, here we are at Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway. Grant, Neil, it's truck season at Road Chevrolet. You got 1.9% for well-qualified buyers on the 2024 Silverado 1500.
Absolutely. So we've got continuing great rebates coming out with great financing offers from GM Financial. You can get up to $7,000 off of a new Silverado right now with that 1.9% financing available on certain models. And a deferral for 90 days on payment. So 3 months without having to make a payment is pretty nice going into the holiday season.
And the great thing about that, it's in addition to the 1.9%. It's not or, it's plus.
Yeah, we're glad to see that the manufacturer and GM Financial stepping up and really getting the great deals. You know, September is the beginning of cooler season of the holidays. It's football season, and we're excited to have the excitement in the air.
So do a little tailgating this football season on the back of your new Silverado from Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren. Prices you'll love, people you can trust.
When I need a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, I always choose the Inn at the Mill. It's centrally located in the heart of NWA at the Johnson exit off I-49 and is the most unique choice of hotels in the region. Whether you're in town for the game, a concert at the Amp, business travel, or just a weekend away, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious, clean room ready for you. Reserve your stay at the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800, or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3. And their family said they'd never amount to anything. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, it shows you what they knew.
And then we got YouTube TV.
That's right. We need to send them a bill. We're going to send them. That's what we ought to do. Let's send them a bill and see if maybe, like, you know, it'll get caught up in all that administrative stuff and they'll just cut us a check. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's not like they didn't get a return on their investment that they haven't made yet.
They hopped on the gravy train. That's what happened.
Right.
The Chuck and Bo Show gravy train.
Logan and Bentonville, welcome to the gravy train.
How y'all doing this morning?
Doing okay, Logan.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Well, so I got a couple questions for y'all. The whole Taylor Green coming out of the game thing, I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, but that third down where he took an absolute shot, he came up a little fragile. So I think that he came out just to get a breather. I don't think it's his performance. I just think it's a breather.
Well,
yeah, they said cramps after the game. I mean, it may very well have been, probably was, some kind of physical thing. And whatever it was, when he came back in, he was pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't even really matter to me.
Yeah,
like whether they pulled him for a series, whether they actually had cramps, and I take them at their word, obviously. But what matters to me is that Taylor Green continues to show up as a gamer. Like,
that's his greatest asset. That's his greatest asset.
But you feel like you got a shot. You know, like how many third and longs, if you're watching the game on Saturday, did you think, you know, I bet they're going to pick it up again?
Well, and it's generally going to be with, you know, if it's 3rd and 7, I mean, and Taylor's in one of those RPOs. I mean, he's, it's like everybody run it, man.
Right. And we keep hearing from people that it's a negative, like, oh, they're going to be able to stop the run at some point. And then what's
they're
Taylor
not going to
do?
stack the box again. Come on.
If they do,
that's
it just
ridiculous.
makes it easier to throw.
There's not going to be a Bobby Petrino offense that Mike Elko stacks the box again. That's crazy.
Brian and Ozark.
I hope they do.
Yeah. Brian, you're on a gravy train. Bring it.
Yeah, what's going on? How are y'all today?
And great.
So,
big win for the Razorbacks on the road. TJ Metcalf.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Big time performance.
Yeah, well, Auburn obviously wasn't the greatest team, but this is what
Tell us how good Texas was over the weekend, Brian. I'm dying to know.
Disqualify the win. Qualify Texas.
Tell us we're not good and you are. But do it in 40 seconds. We're about out of time.
That's the evidence. Here's the deal. Your defense is weak, and they haven't played an elite offense, and Texas and other teams are licking their chops because your defensive back will not cover Texas receivers.
You may be licking your chops. I got to be honest with you. I don't think in the Texas football complex right now they're thinking about the Arkansas game. I don't.
You're right.
Brian, whatever, man. Win. It's not until the middle of November.
Easy win.
Okay, whatever.
Arkansas.
You need a new shtick, Brian. Get a new act, man. You're getting stale. I turned stale into a 3-syllable word. How about that?
You think Ty left the music up really loud so we couldn't hear him on purpose? It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, I've got some good news. Sweatinum Cosmetic is not just for females. Turns out us guys want to look and feel good too. Why be tired, lethargic, and overweight when we don't have to be? Sure, diet and exercise matter, but there can also be a lot more going on. For example, low testosterone is a real thing among many adult males, not just the old guys. I've heard about the weight loss shots and the low T ads before, and I've been skeptical. But then I stopped by my friend's office, Dr. Jeff Sweatinum. He showed me around that first-class facility and said, here's what we're doing for guys. It's called the Sweatinum Edge. You make an appointment, get a free evaluation covering 4 potential issues: hormones, weight loss, hair loss, and skin. Find out where you are and decide if treatment is right for you. Log on to SweatinumCosmetic.com, SweatinumCosmetic.com, and click on the Sweatinum Edge, or call 479-966-4174 and tell them you heard about the Sweatinum Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
We want to make sure that you can read some ludicrous lyrics on his 47th birthday
I can
today.
do that one. Roll out, roll out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Before you buy that next car or truck, stop by Broadway Motors in Van Buren. The best of the best for 2 straight years. Michael and his team offer the best prices on the best quality pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley. They invite you to stop by and check it out for yourself. Or if you prefer to check out their inventory online or even do your financing online. Michael has built his reputation as a husband, father, and owner-operator since 2006. Broadway Motors, 806 Broadway in Van Buren, or online at BroadwayMotorsAR.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, occasional showers and thunderstorms, especially across the north, where you may see the potential for some heavier rainfall. Temperatures in the mid-70s north, mid-80s south. Chance of scattered rain and thunder tonight. Overnight lows will drop down into the low 60s, and then increasing sunshine. Highs in the mid-70s north, low 80s south on Tuesday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, and we're inside of Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District in downtown Fort Smith. I'm with my guy, Josefa. Today, it was the French toast turkey melt, but other daily specials every single day.
Yeah, Ty, we just kind of want everybody to know that we're not just sandwiches around here. We have all kinds of different specials. There's always something different right here at Lily's Sandwich Shop.
Award-winning Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District in downtown Fort Smith. Don't believe me? Talk to Lily.
My name is Lily. My papa makes the best sandwiches at Lily's Sandwich Shop. Come by and see him at the Bakery District today.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
You sound like a participation trophy, Dad.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
People wonder all the time, where do I get my suits for all the weddings I go to? Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental. Rainwater's has dressed me from head to toe. So if you're renting or buying, your #1 men's clothing shop is Rainwater's. Experience the Rainwater's difference for yourself at 9700 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at rainwater-s.com. When you stop by, make sure to tell Gail and his staff that Ty sent you. Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, because it's fun to look good.
Over 11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to 7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Ty Richardson for the #1 liquor store in the River Valley, Eastside Liquor. It's football season and the Hogs are back, baby. Plus your favorite NFL team. If you need beers for the boys, seltzers for the ladies, or brown water for the big-time wins, Dave and his entire team at Eastside Liquor can take care of you today. 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Convenient drive-through and always have what you're looking for. Plus a new bigger and better location is on the way. The game's always better after stopping by Eastside.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
This is a public service announcement for guys my age. Always subscribe. Always.
Wait, I have to admit, I thought you were going straight into low T right there.
Always subscribe with the card that is nearest the expiration date.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
A show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Can you believe we're doing this? Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Look at another excuse for this jackwater.
That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kurt Realtors, the Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric. Flight by Yingling and Fayetteville Auto Park. And now, Chuck and Bo.
Bart says game day's coming for Tennessee.
Yeah, he said it just now.
Game day's going to be here. Write it down. Remember where you heard it.
I said if Arkansas beats Texas A&M.
That's not what you said.
No,
You
that's
said-
exactly what
you
I said.
Game day. Well,
That's
lay it out. Give us,
exactly
give us the
what I
wines. You've been a font of good points today.
On the record. They got to be on the record.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, look, if Arkansas beats Texas A&M this weekend, then there's a chance that Arkansas will
That's
be ranked.
not what you
Telling
said.
me there's a chance.
I'm
said.
explaining. I'm laying out why.
Right.
But what I said was, if Arkansas beats Texas A&M, game day will be in
No,
Fayetteville
you
for the
said
Tennessee
game day
game.
will be in Fayetteville.
Well,
You
he's
said
assuming victory.
if
He's assuming
I
victory.
said with a win against A&M.
All right, let's
That's what I
just say,
said.
for the sake of argument, Arkansas beats A&M. You're saying game day is coming to Fayetteville.
I'm
Pat
looking.
McAfee.
Pat McAfee's
I'm
coming
looking
to
at the
Come
schedule.
into our studio.
I'm looking at the schedule for. Yeah,
You're
they'll-
going to
they'll
be on
here.
his show.
They'll be
Yeah.
here. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean,
You're-
Ole Miss, South
Bart's
Carolina,
gonna
they're
kick
not
the
going
field
back.
goal.
They're
Gonna
not
kick
going.
a field goal.
Bart's going to kick the
Start
field goal.
practicing.
Oh boy.
Start practicing.
Oh boy.
If you are hearing the sound of my voice,
it's awesome.
you need to start practicing a kick because there's a chance you could be it. You could have your leg on the line for like 40, 50, 100 grand.
Go
You
ahead
can
with
do
your
it.
reasons, Bart.
They're not going back to Columbia. They're not going to go to Ole Miss, South Carolina. That's not going to happen. And
One trip to Columbia is enough.
That some would say more than enough. And there aren't a lot of other really good games. The other one is Missouri A&M in College Station, but they've also already been to College Station.
What
this
if
year.
A&M wins Saturday? Does game day go to College Station?
for a second time? That'd be a second time.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
This year.
No.
So it's a very real
Who's the gem?
possibility.
Who's the hidden gem on that schedule?
That's right.
That's lurking.
Where's the
that's going to
sleeper?
upset Arkansas's chances to have game
Who's
day?
the sleeper?
Michigan and Washington, I guess. But
nah.
that's gross. That's so gross. That's disgusting.
Not a lot of
There's like
showbiz.
There's an FCS team or something out there.
SMU goes to Louisville.
Nah.
Gross.
Yeah.
By the way,
I don't know about gross, but I don't think it's worthy of game day.
A classic ACC matchup.
Did you see what
Couple
SMU
of storied AC
did at TCU?
Just for about 100
and
on it?
Sonny Dykes got ejected from the game.
I would it get two teams? What happened? They ring him up?
But here's my question: if a coach gets ejected on the CW, does it count?
Yeah. Well.
I just heard about it. I didn't know what happened.
Bart making fun of a game being on the CW. I mean, it could not be on television. Could not be able to watch.
That's the deal.
It's a low blow, Bart.
What if you
CW?
What if you get ejected from a game and nobody knows? Do you really get ejected?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows.
Well, he like the video clip I saw. He didn't really. I'd like to see a coach if he's going to get thrown out of the game, throw an absolute fit.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you can't get run from a college football game and not like take your shirt off and something. I mean,
I've seen coaches do much worse and stay in games.
They should have thrown Mac Brown out. Giving him 70 to James. To James,
Hey,
they had
the
53 at halftime.
The Dukes
at 53 at halftime.
By the way,
Coach
Deion's gonna be insufferable this week. They won on a.
Oh, they rushed the field when they beat Baylor.
After
Let's beat Baylor and rush the
A
field.
Hail Mary to tie the game,
Oh
which was an
my
incredible
God.
play, by the way.
He is going to be insufferable all week long.
By the way, is anybody better than Travis Hunter?
No.
That is
No, he's
that
the best
guy.
player. He's the
That
best
guy
player in
never
college
comes off the field.
He's
He is
going to be
unreal.
all pro his
Hardly
rookie
ever.
year. He'll be all pro his
Incredible.
rookie year.
Incredible player. Feral Hog, you're on the Chuck and Bo show. It's Reaction Monday. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Before I get to what I was calling about with in terms of Jeremy's comments, couple things. I agree with Chuck on Oklahoma. I think they're about to learn the lesson that you go in, you look ahead of a game a little bit. They see that they didn't play all that great against Arkansas, maybe. So they think they're going to roll into Auburn. I think they could run into something that they're not expecting. I'm not going to predict a win, but I think it could happen for Auburn there.
Yeah.
Also, I want
Auburn's
to mention,
due.
I'm sorry?
Auburn's due.
Yeah. That they
Yeah.
are.
And I don't know if you remember or not, Chuck, but I also mentioned against Auburn that they would try to shut down the running game and make Kalen beat him with his arm. And we both thought that would be a good thing. And it turned out it was, but it was close.
Well, they didn't
Well, they
really
wanna
stack
address
the
what
box and
Jeremy-
make him beat him with their arm. I mean,
Yeah.
they. I don't think they did that. But he did not have a great game throwing. I certainly won't disagree with that.
Well, they shut down or they focused on shutting down a running game. They were going to force him to win throwing the ball. And like I said, he played good enough to beat him. What Jeremy said about sugarcoating this, here's the thing I think people are missing on Taylor. He is going through. Petrino is trying to work with him on his reads, on his timing stuff, and everything else. It's a different world than what he's used to playing, and I think that Petrino, he's such a genius. I think he'll scale that back a little bit and lean more towards Taylor's strength in his legs, and continue to progress along these timing reads. Ryan and Mallett both were great at doing those reads. And, Taylor sees it. I think he just doesn't trust it. I think once he starts trusting it, it's going to happen for him. But I think he's close.
Well,
anyway,
yeah.
Those are my comments.
The other thing is,
thank you.
like, his receivers have to help him out. They got to catch the ball. Like, there's been drops every week. And I'm obviously he's made some bad passes, but there's been drops every week. And when you talk about trusting it, that there's something into that as well.
I think obviously he is developing trust with Satania. He already had it with Armstrong. You got to find a way to get Luke has the ball. You got to find a way to get him the football. He's too good a player not to get the ball in his hands.
So we got another text about Talon. Green is a gamer, but they played 4 bad teams so far.
Well,
this is from Goonie. The old man says it's crazy. He called you the old man.
I am crazy.
To think I'm not old, but I am crazy. The old man says it's crazy to think about stacking the box, but why, all caps, Chuck, does he think it's crazy defenses won't stack the box? Green is not a good passer. This is, again, from Goonie. He called you old and
First
crazy.
off, one-on-one coverage. I'll take my chances. And I hope they do stack, because all it's going to take is Jackson or Green breaking containment at the line of scrimmage, and they're gone. Look, I don't think Auburn necessarily keyed for, to use a term on Jaquindon Jackson or Talon Green. I just think it's tougher to run the ball in conference play against better defenses. And Auburn's got a lot of struggles on offense, but that's not a bad defensive team. Everything that when people are talking about Auburn wasn't any good, most people's entire perspective on Auburn's based on the struggles of their quarterback. Auburn was not bad defensively.
You see Hank Brown's quote?
What he
They
said?
kept putting it up during the game about how he's looking forward to dominating Arkansas this weekend. That
didn't age well.
That baby face of his, it looks like he's 15.
Well,
and then so of course social media being what it is, that they just posted.
Arkansas did some things differently.
Wanted to dominate Arkansas.
They did some things different on defense than I'm sure what he saw on tape.
Yeah,
there's a lot more stunning. They did different things. They showed him different looks than he saw as he watched video of the first 3 games. I thought Arkansas's game plan was solid. Look, I don't think they go into a game thinking, man, if we'll just get him in the right spot, Talon's going to complete 75% of his passes. I don't think they think that going into the game. But I do think they've got a guy that they believe can move the football. And based on what we've seen so far, I would agree with that.
Cole Kubelik, who was on the show last week, SEC Network analyst.
Former SEC offensive lineman.
At
too.
Auburn.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Good one.
Talk show host, WJOX in Birmingham. Did a recap. Arkansas got a tough road win. Liked the plan on offense. Changed quarterback reads. A lot of formations. Extra bodies in protection. Leaned on the run. 22. Jaquindon Jackson made some big-time cuts, especially late. Quarterback saved them a lot. His legs are crazy good, just avoiding catastrophes. Made Auburn play. Left tackle struggled. Center left guard played well. Struggled against man coverage. Massive catch for Satania. 40-4 played well. 10 was flying around. DB's really good in the run screen support. DC had a nice plan. Mixed in some new things, as you just referred to. So,
I thought defensively they were solid. He mentioned 4. That's Anton Junecaj, transfer from Albany. I thought he had his best game as a Razorback. This guy had 15 sacks last year and 21 and a half TFLs. Now, you're not going to do that at this level, but I think he can be a disruptor over there in certain situations. And we are into the point in the season now where situational football is what wins games. You can look at total stat packages at the end of the afternoon, and all that'll do is fool you into being wrong. You need to look at situational plays now. There are going to be 4 or 5 of them in every game. Teams that make those plays are the ones that are going to be looking really, really good by the time we get to bowl season. Arkansas didn't make those plays last year. They're making them right now. That's why 4 games into the season, they're 1 win away from last year's win total. And all the people that predicted they were going to be horrible this year still think they're horrible. and because they don't want to be wrong. They don't want to be wrong.
That's right. Thank you. Thanks for clearing that up for me. I've been wondering what's going on. Been wondering why it's just not enough. A win's not enough.
because they didn't think it was going to be enough.
Well, they didn't really win. They just they kind of won. They didn't really win.
Weather's going to change a little bit this week. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric's the name you need to remember. We're going to get to fall. It may be 91 weekend, but it'll maybe fall the next one too. And the thing I like about Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric is all year long you got peace of mind. Their planned protection program means that whether it's fall, winter, spring, summer, it's going to be taken care of. And by taken care of, I mean there's going to be preventative maintenance. Problems don't occur because problems are solved literally before they occur. And that's what pros do. Pick your profession. That's what pros do. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, they will make certain that you do have the peace of mind that everyone wants to have. And by the way, if someone's told you need a new system and you're not quite sure if they're telling you the truth, Pascal's price check is they're going to tell you. They're going to come out and take a look. If you need one, they're going to tell you need one. If you don't, they're going to tell you that too. You can schedule your appointment today at gopascal.com.
Thanks to Hogs Plus, a quick look inside the locker room after the game.
If you're going for pretty, I ain't no. I'll tell you what's pretty. When your ass 24 and they're 14. That's beautiful.
877-377-6963. Reaction Monday, 8:15 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations. Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today. You sure did. You sure did.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Man, I've got some good news. Sweatinum Cosmetic is not just for females. Turns out us guys want to look and feel good too. Why be tired, lethargic, and overweight when we don't have to be? Sure, diet and exercise matter, but there can also be a lot more going on. For example, low testosterone is a real thing among many adult males, not just the old guys. I've heard about the weight loss shots and the low T ads before, and I've been skeptical. But then I stopped by my friend's office, Dr. Jeff Sweatinum. He showed me around that first-class facility and said, here's what we're doing for guys. It's called the Sweatinum Edge. You make an appointment, get a free evaluation covering 4 potential issues: hormones, weight loss, hair loss, and skin. Find out where you are and decide if treatment is right for you. Log on to SweatinumCosmetic.com, SweatinumCosmetic.com, and click on the Sweatinum Edge, or call 479-966-4174 and tell them you heard about the Sweatinum Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show.
We are possibly entering what could be a golden age in Razorback athletics.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Come celebrate autumn in the natural state with Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Crabtree RV Center is having their big fall sale October 10th through the 13th. There will be special pricing and door prizes along with our experienced, knowledgeable staff to help you pick the perfect RV for your family. Come see why we've been voted the best of the River Valley in Northwest Arkansas. So mark your calendars for October 10th through the 13th and don't miss out on the big fall sale. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
This is Ricky Young with Mr. Cabbage Head and the Screaming Radishes, vegetable-related rock for a healthier lifestyle. When we have any problem at all, we call 782-8940.
It's a great time to take advantage of York Factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Pay attention. This happens fast. Routine, scheduled, maintenance. You know it's coming one day, but that day's in the future. Then the future comes, and your wallet's not ready for that $250 maintenance. But your forklift is. It needs it. Good thing you're smart. You're buying a used forklift from Medley Equipment Company this summer, and its first planned maintenance will be free because Medley keeps you moving.
I'm Branch Manager Dennis Mabry. Visit medleycompany.com or see us at 4001 Harper Avenue, Fort Smith, Arkansas.
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3. The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm a diehard Cowboy, and I'm with you 100%. But predicting the Super Bowl,
I'm there.
Fan,
I'm there.
I believe in curses.
Cowboy fans,
But I do
Arkansas
believe-
fans, all the feels of Cowboys are going to Cowboy again.
Nah.
Arkansas going to Arkansas again.
This is the year. I'm not there anymore.
Oh, come on.
Just for the record.
Man, what a bandwagon.
I am a bandwagon guy, I admit, but I'm
That
not
was
there
quick,
anymore.
Chuck.
I'm
That
not
was
there
real
anymore.
quick.
That was I knew when I said it that
You got the best quarterback in the history of the NFL.
highest pay, that's for sure.
Why would you jump ship like that?
Well, because I just don't think this
Look,
is the
there
year.
was no chance. The
I don't
Dallas
think it's the year,
Cowboys
okay?
We're going to win that.
Yes, there was. There was a chance.
No, there wasn't. The Ravens are not starting the season 0-3.
Oh, you're talking about winning last night?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew they weren't going to win last night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but there you go. But I guess through
I knew.
That's another
like,
good point.
Like
Yeah.
all the
You were
fans,
right.
like all the
You
fans in
were
July
right.
who said Taylor Green's not any good.
Yeah, he's still no good.
Sears.
Yeah. You were right though, Chuck. You were right. So congratulations. Hey, they almost came back.
I know. It was my fault because I took a long nap yesterday. I was tired. I'm going to watch this game, man. 5 minutes into it, I'm conked out in the recliner. I wake up in time to see the comeback. So it was my fault. It was my fault they weren't any good for 3 quarters.
Came up a little short. But
Yeah,
hey.
came up a little short.
Sam Pittman on
He's just still getting paid.
Coach Pittman on Taylor Green after the game.
It's not just the 80 yards. It's when he ran it for the 80 yards. I mean, there was so many third downs and so many big plays that he ran and got outside of them to make a first down. And I just can remember over and over when he gets outside the pocket and I'm going, run, because we knew we could move the chains. And he just did a wonderful job there. He didn't play his best game. We're waiting on it, and he's going to play that. But I tell you what he does, he's a winner. And when the times get tough, it's just like last week too. He's going to make a play, and that's what he did. I made several of them today and last week as well.
Jared and Russell, though, you're on Great Point Monday. You're on the Chuck and Bo
Point
Show.
after point.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Jared.
Good to talk to you guys again. I think that one thing about Taylor Green that I liked about him, even going back to the podcast that you did with him before the season, Bo, was he was a confident kid, but he was a very respectful kid, and he knew who he was. Like, was there not a better person to lead our team in the year that Matt Jones goes into the Hall of Fame or the Hall of Honor than this guy, the closest thing to him since then? Because if no one remembers this, but the Miracle in Markham, Matt was 4 for 18 that game, and we threw the ball, and everyone remembers the catch. But I mean, Matt wasn't perfect. Taylor's not perfect, but when the plays matter, he's a gamer, and that's what I love about Taylor Green is that he didn't take it personal. Him coming out, he came back and got better. And if you can't see that and you don't respect that, you don't know football. And so that's my biggest point today. As Razorback fans, let's relax. We have a good team. We really do have a good team that is getting better. TJ Metcalf, what a game!
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great day. God bless.
When Taylor runs the ball, he reminds me of KJ Jefferson back when he was still hungry. When he tried to jump over this guy and put his knee in his chest. That's what KJ Jefferson did back when he was still hungry. When he was just emerging and he wanted to play every play. and he cared about his teammates.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of plays he made. That's what I see in Talon right now.
Well, when you bring up KJ, I can't help but think of this anytime people bring up KJ. They just had a bad relationship coordinate. I don't mean they didn't like each other, but KJ and Danny Enos, that was not a fit to go do special things together. Kendall Briles did a lot of good things with KJ. And I know people were all over Kendall Briles, but Kendall Briles did a lot of great things with KJ.
He did.
And that combination of quarterback and coordinator just did not work last year. This year, the combination of quarterback and coordinator works really well, and it's going to continue to improve. And to me, you can talk about a lot of things with this football team, but this team offensively is better for that reason. Better quarterback coordinator relationship, I think, makes the quarterback play better than it was last year.
100%.
And you feel like you got a chance going into every game.
You feel like you got a chance to get better. Last year, I never felt like at any point, I say this respectfully to KJ Jefferson, he's a hell of a player. We were lucky to have him as long as we did, and he won a lot of games for us. But there was never a point last season where I thought, KJ's going to be better down the road than he is right now. I think the KJ we got at the start was the KJ we had at the finish. I think Green will continue to progress. I think he wants to. I think he's hungry.
Back to the phones on a great point. Another great point. Yeah. Great point Monday. Jason and Marshall, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, I just had a question. Being that I was born in 1999 when Matt Jones played for us, I had not got to start watching football yet. So all I've got to see from Matt was just highlights off YouTube. So you know how highlights are. No disrespect towards Matt, but highlights are highlights. What I was wondering is, what would be the next closest comparison that y'all can say is Talon that would be not as far back as Matt?
Yeah, it's good. By the way, congratulations on your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey, Quinn was
No. He's asking you to go not further back than Matt.
Well, no, I thought he was saying I'm too young to remember anything before Matt Jones.
Right, but he's also, I think what he was asking is who since Matt Jones could you compare Talon to?
Oh, well, right. Since Matt Jones, I don't know.
Maybe
well, fans griped about Brandon Allen even when they won.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I remember
well. Our
people were pretty bad on Brandon.
Yeah.
But at any rate, we've had quarterbacks, and I will go back before Matt when I say this. Quinn was as good a running quarterback, as great a quarterback as we've had. He became a good passer during his time at Arkansas. Coach Hatfield had a lot of guys like this. And Coach Hatfield, I still think, has the highest winning percentage of any coach we've ever had.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of quarterbacks, and he'd jerk a quarterback too now. Coach Hatfield changed quarterbacks on you. But we had a lot of quarterbacks that were in that mold. They beat you with their legs when they ran the flex mode.
Do you think that there will be moments where the third string quarterback seems to be the best passer of the bunch? Do you think there'll be moments where Petrino changes it up with a package and you get like a KJ Jackson moment in a game?
I wouldn't rule anything out. I wouldn't rule anything out because obviously you do need to improve offensively. But I think every plan for improvement revolves around Talon Green. I don't think now clearly when he's gone and KJ Jackson's time comes, he's a keeper now. KJ Jackson is a keeper. But no, I think for right now, everything you do in terms of being better, I think it still revolves around number 10.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that. 877, another great point.
Thank you.
877-377-6963. Bring a great point. Bring it. Bart's got several. If you don't bring it, we're probably going to have to go to his.
What do you got for us, Bart? Who do you got tonight? Your Bengals are playing tonight. Who do you got?
Yeah, Bengals all day. Matchup of two Heisman Trophy winners.
Who are they
from
playing?
LSU, Washington Commanders.
Ooh,
Jane Daniels versus Joe Burrow.
I'm taking Joe Burrow.
You should because T. Higgins back for the Bengals hasn't played yet this year.
I was just thinking that.
Joe, yeah, I'm sure you were.
I was trying to anticipate your next good point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just joking.
Matt Jones was a Cincinnati Bengal for a minute.
You've also got the Jaguars and the Bills tonight as well. Doubleheader Monday Night Football.
Just blew right by my point. I guess it wasn't a great one.
Which unis are the Bengals wearing tonight? I like the white ones with the black stripes on the helmet. What are they wearing tonight, Bart?
I'm assuming that tonight.
I care.
No, you don't.
I care.
You're not going to watch.
It's going to be.
I'm just feeling tired.
Yeah.
We're brought to you in part by
Come on,
First
man.
Security Bank.
Come on.
You will not find the Bengals colors at First Security Bank. They're all about the Hogs. They're all about Arkansas. They've got all the things you need to bank better. They're all in on local support and convenient locations. You're going to get friendly local banking, and you get to bank better at First Security Bank, the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. You can check them out online at fsbank.com. Bank better, First Security Bank, member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Not but one.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
I like craft beer. I do. You guys always think I'm like the biggest dork on the face of the earth.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously on Halftime.
I love the people, man.
I know, but just remember, you do this for them. And I noticed there's been some pretty ladies drop by. They don't look at me and Phil.
Well, you're taken. You're a married man. They know what's up.
Specifically, some of those who are boarding their bikes over there right
That's
now.
just my type of girl.
Some
right there.
biker chicks right over there.
They
That's
say
right.
everybody has a type.
Listen to Halftime weekdays from 11 to 2 only on ESPN 95.3.
What's new at Wheeler Power Sports? Short answer, a lot. All new Kawasaki Ninja 500, Z500, Eliminators, and Mule Pro Diesels. New Kawasaki Ridge side-by-side is now arriving. New Polaris Expeditions and Ranger XD 1500s. New Suzuki GSX 8R. New 2024 model Polaris Slingshots, including the Roush Edition, are now in stock. Check us out online at WheelerPowersports.com or stop by and see us at downtown Fort Smith at 901 North 11th Street. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, the savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Jelco
For hard work and the great outdoors.
People wonder all the time, where do I get my suits for all the weddings I go to? Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental. Rainwater's has dressed me from head to toe. So if you're renting or buying, your #1 men's clothing shop is Rainwater's. Experience the Rainwater's difference for yourself at 9700 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at rainwater-s.com. When you stop by, make sure to tell Gail and his staff that Ty sent you. Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, because it's fun to look good.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job.
But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel, 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual, now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
End of season savings are yours right now on Kubota hay equipment at Gray Brothers, including the new DM Series disc mowers, or try Kubota's DM Series trail mowers. And for the prettiest bale of hay on the market, try Kubota's VV Series round baler. With Gray Brothers low pricing and great interest rates from Kubota, it's time for your new hay equipment. That's Gray Brothers equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If Arkansas is a stock, are you buying?
I'm buying.
Are you buying?
I'm buying. It's low right now. This is the time to buy it.
This is what's great about the text line. So Jason called in, and we didn't understand what he was fully asking. And so
Flew over my
he
head.
came back and said, hey, I should have made a better point. No, you shouldn't have made a better. We didn't understand. Jason, that's on us. We got to do a better job. Should have stated that more clearly. My apologies. I'm asking, like, any quarterback you would compare Taylon Green to since Matt Jones, not just at Arkansas, but anywhere. And, you know, Nick Marshall, somebody else brought up Nick Marshall, who was at Auburn for a while.
Got him to the national championship.
It's a good fit with
if I'm
Gus.
not mistaken.
It was a good fit with Gus. Lamar Jackson's the easiest comparison. And before you jump off a cliff and think we're comparing Taylon to Lamar Jackson, there are some comparisons to be made there. You know, Lamar Jackson didn't have a great completion percentage in college.
Oh, he made plays with his legs all the time.
Right.
As a collegian. All the highlights as a collegian were him running the ball.
Can we get over the fact that's a positive? Can we quit acting like it's a negative?
If you'll remember the game he burst on the scene, it wasn't because of any throw he made. It was because of all those runs. I mean, Bart was looking up his completion percentage as a collegian. What is it, Bart?
Career completion percentage at Louisville, 57%.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's better, better than half, but nothing to write home about.
He threw for a lot of yards. I mean, they chunked it around, but he also, I mean, he ran and he ran and he ran.
But I would be willing to bet if you were to go back and look through the sequences of Louisville games, particularly big games that they won, I'm going to venture to bet that the key play offensively involved his legs. Or at least one of the key plays offensively involved his legs and not his arms.
He averaged 6.3 yards per carry for his career at Louisville, and that's with, you know, sacks subtracted.
A lot of texts coming in bragging on Chuck today. Proud of Chuck for getting rid of Brian and Ozark, saying his act is tired. Thank you, Chuck. What did Chuck have in his granola bar today? He's really rolling. I agree.
I overslept today.
Chuck, I'd donate a few thousand to the Edge of the foundation if I could be a second sideline reporter on your crew.
There's going to have to be a donation to Chuck involved in that as well. It's not just going to have to be, we need a donation to Chuck.
Another great point.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Chuck's a jerk. Oh, sorry. That's wrong.
There's always one guy. There's always one. He told us back in July I was a jerk.
Yeah.
He told us the first day of the show it wouldn't work.
Chuck's always got to be right.
Yeah.
I'm right about Chuck.
You're just
being
making
right.
stuff up now. You're just over there making stuff up now.
I'm right about Chuck having to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 877-377-6963. It's Make a Great Point Monday. Make a Great Point Monday. That's the show we're doing on Mondays now.
Good point Monday.
Make a Great Point Monday.
That's funny.
Get on the gravy train. We've had it all today.
Hop on the Chuck and Bo gravy train.
We have had it all. Chuck is my favorite jerk.
Yeah.
That's from Josh.
That's good.
That
Thank
is
you, Josh.
good.
That's nice.
These are really good.
I take that as a compliment.
All right, so some scores from the weekend. Anybody want to know what happened over the weekend?
I do.
All right, here we go. Cowboys rally comes up short, 28-24.
Heard it before.
Eagles score 15 points in the fourth quarter to beat the Saints, 15-12. Chiefs. Jalen Hurts, is he a comparison for Taylor Green? You got all these mobile quarterbacks that don't have great completion percentages. That's one of the things that's just so incredible about Mahomes.
Hurts was a little bit
Many
better
things,
passer,
but-
not as good a runner.
How about Dak? What was Dak's completion percentage under a great offensive mind and Dan Mullen? Really mobile. I bet it was higher. It's probably higher than 50%.
He's the highest paid
but man, he
quarterback
made
in
a lot of
football,
money.
man.
He is. And you know
He's
what?
getting paid.
He's the best quarterback the Cowboys have ever
He's
seen.
the best quarterback of
Ever.
a 1-2 team in the history of the
Ever.
National
Okay.
Football. Has there ever been a quarterback of a 1-2 team paid more? I doubt it.
spoken like a true Cowboys fan.
That's right.
63%.
Yeah, that's really good.
in college.
Well, what
for
was?
Dak.
But did he have a year like where it wasn't, or was it always?
He had a 58 his sophomore year, 58% completion
Yeah.
percentage, 10 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Yeah. So, like
Means
you
he completed
it's-
a lot of short passes. I bet they had a bunch of yaps.
What do you think the finished product Taylor Green will look like? The finished Taylor Green as he continues to develop. Will he ever be a 60% passer and still be able to do what he's doing with
When
his
he
legs?
learns to see the field through Petrino's eyes,
yeah,
he'll be good. I mean, really good. He's not bad now, but
Right.
he'll be really good then.
Another great point. Very well said.
They start flowing. I can't control it.
Like, interrupt if you need to. Chiefs beat the Falcons 22-17. Lions, Cardinals, 2 former Razorback
Who
starting
won?
centers
Who
in
won?
the NFL. Lions won 2013.
Hmm.
Yelda Froholt, Frank Ragnow.
That's great.
Centers for
Good
those
for
two
them.
teams. Rams 27-24 over the Niners. All right. College. The Fighting Brett Bielemas were 4-0 at Illinois. They went to Nebraska and won on Friday night.
I saw a little bit of that. You know, they're
he's done a pretty good job.
He really has, and I've talked to football people since he was here. I mean, real football people that make their living in football, and not commentating.
Real
on it, but,
football people.
You know, people involved in the game. They all believe Brett Bielema is one of the most knowledgeable football people that they've ever known. And you look at his record before he got here, and you look at his record since he left.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the anomaly right here on his career ledger, and I don't know what it means, but I know that he's a pretty good coach. And Illinois is not a great team, but they've got a really good quarterback, and they've got a chance to win some games, a lot of games.
You know, I think where it went south for Bielema at Arkansas was when Pittman left for Georgia.
Well,
and I don't think
there's no doubt.
I don't think they were able to maintain what Pittman had, recruiting or offensive line. And when you look at coaches at Arkansas, you can usually point to the ones that don't work out. And Chad Morris is just like, whatever. We're not, like, don't even bother talking about that era. But the other coaches, when they don't work out, it's like they made a bad hire. And I thought that might get Pittman. We're in a different era, though, and you can go fill up your roster with a transfer portal, and you can rework your roster, and you can cure some issues with your roster way quicker than you've ever been able to do in the past.
Yes, you can, but you also have to do so with the understanding that you may not look the way you want to look for the first month of the season. That's the flip side of remaking your roster. You got better players. You're probably going to be better in November than you were this past November. But don't think you're going to rework your entire roster with new players and you're going to come out the third week of the season and be clicking on all cylinders. You're not.
It's another great
Nobody's
point.
going
It's
to.
another great point.
Well.
And you're 3-1. So I asked about Taylor
And you
and
play
that
one
development.
game on campus.
What's a finished? Yes, another great 5 different places Arkansas has played.
I agree.
After this week, it'll be 5.
There is not the opportunity to develop a rhythm, in my opinion. When you get, I've been around a lot of teams over the years, and look, if you travel every week, you do kind of develop a certain sense of rhythm in that. And I think, honestly, that may be one of the reasons Arkansas has played a little bit better on the road so far than they did at home. Auburn's playing their 5th straight game at home this Saturday against Oklahoma. They played their first 4 games at home, and they're 2-2. Arkansas has played. You look at where they, as you said, they played 4 games, 4 different stadiums, 3-1. It'll be 5 after Saturday. So I don't think they've done half bad.
Sam Pittman's teams have played well on the road. For the most part, they've played well on the road. Hugh Freeze pointed it out going into the game last week. And when you look at this Arkansas schedule, they're winnable games. Most of them, or at least what you think would be winnable, where they've got a better chance to win than not, would be on the road. They've got the really tough games at home.
We're going to shoot it out with one of those teams at Razorback Stadium. I don't know which one it's going to be, and I'm not saying it's, I have no idea what's going to happen the rest of the year, but I do believe one of those good teams will come into Fayetteville, and we're going to have a shootout.
There's going to be a game in the 50s against Tennessee.
I'm not saying 50s, but I'm saying it wouldn't surprise me if both sides are pretty close to 40.
By the way, Arkansas commit 5-star kicker Evan Knoll set the Mississippi high school record with a 61-yard field goal on Friday night. Would have tied the SEC record had it been in the SEC. It was not. Certainly had the distance to match the NFL record of 66 yards. It was not in the NFL either. But those are that's a pretty big
61 yards is legit. I don't care who you are or where you're playing. Mike's in Goshen. Mike, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Need some more rain, but at least we got the cooler weather.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get some.
Conversation about Travis Williams and that Razorback defense, man, he's fired up and he's got them fired up.
I thought they they were really opportunistic. I thought TJ Metcalf just played an All-America type game. 2 picks, 2 breakups. That forced fumble, Auburn scores a touchdown right there. I'm not sure we're sitting here talking about being 3-1. So I thought he played a great game. He wasn't the only one, but you see players on that side of the ball coming into their own. Steven Dix got the start at linebacker over Brad Spence. I'm not a coach. I don't know how to grade tape, but I know Brad Spence came in and played a hell of a game. And so I think there were a lot of guys that stood out.
Well, we talked about the development of Talon. The development of the team is going to be interesting to watch over the coming weeks. And there'll be some hiccups, but do they end up? Let me ask the question, how much better are they in that last game against Missouri than they were Saturday against Auburn? And as you're developing your 3-1.
It matters if you care. It matters if you care. And there were too many times last season where I looked down there and I wondered how many people cared. I don't wonder that right now. I think they're all in that regard. Now, seasons will wear on you if they don't go the way you want them to go. I'm not naive. I know what can happen if teams lose games and they start letting go of the rope. But I'm not seeing any of that. And based on what I've seen so far, I have a hard time believing that's going to happen.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show, 846. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And I want someone to slide into my DMs. It's just
I'm
a
not sure I'm
personal goal.
entirely comfortable with this.
It sounds appealing to me.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Ty Story, high school football coach and former college quarterback.
I love coaching, but it's a lot more fun after LASIK. Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
You know, for me, when it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's just one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas: Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. And they don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you every step of the way. So whether it's a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or maybe just treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Call the Hogs at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas for the 2024 Southwest Classic. This season marks the 15th and final iteration of the neutral site installment of this historic rivalry between the Hogs and the Texas A&M Aggies. It all goes down inside the house that former Razorback Jerry Jones built on Saturday afternoon, September 28th. Secure your tickets today at AT&TStadium.com.
The Razorbacks have won it. Look at these Razorbacks coming over to get that trophy.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmer. And it's a great time to be a Razorback.
Embrace the ho!
Whether it's a touchdown, a slam dunk, or a grand slam.
Big Sully, they were doing all the stuff. I went in there to get something to eat, and they're cheering. I'm like, what is going on here?
We're here with the excitement and insight you crave.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now,
It's the Razorback Daily from the team at Sport and Store.
That might be our best episode ever.
Available wherever you listen to your podcast each morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank you all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. So thank you all.
Hey, it's Zach from the Ruskin and Zach Show. Join us Friday, September 27th from 2 to 6 as we broadcast live overlooking the 15th green at the Choctaw Club at the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship. We'll have interviews with some of the best players in the world and other special guests, and we'll do it all from the best way to enjoy the golfing weekend from the Choctaw Club overlooking the 15th green. Join us, Ruskin and Zach, live from the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship overlooking the 15th green at the Choctaw Club, Friday, September 27th.
Remodeling your bathroom? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South Z Road, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
Razorback fans, country music legend Alan Jackson is performing at Bud Walton Arena on September 28th as part of his farewell tour to cap off his Hall of Fame career. Come and join us for the first ever public concert at the Basketball Palace of Mid-America here in Fayetteville for a once-in-a-lifetime musical experience. Visit ArkansasRazorbacks.com and get your tickets today.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I got two things I want to talk about real quick, and I'll get out of your hair.
We don't have any hair, Sterling. Another great line. Thank you.
Good pun there. Nicely played, Sterling.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Still time for your call, 877-377-6963. Before we head back to the phones, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. We talk about their company. I want to talk specifically about what makes them a great company. It's the people. Ben Anderson's one of them. He grew up in Springdale. He's part of their Springdale office. He's been selling real estate for several years. Informative. You know, we talk about people knowing their business. Well, they got to inform you. They've got to keep you abreast during the buying or the selling process. You want someone that's knowledgeable. I'm looking at some of the recommendations for Ben. Very knowledgeable, informative, loved working with him, highly recommend. That's what you're going to get when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what you're always going to get with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. They're in Northwest Arkansas, Washington, and Benton counties, Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their new office in Branson. You can check out their homes at WeichertGriffin.com. and they've been turning houses into homes since 1978.
Professionals. That's what I think of when I think of you, Chuck.
Well,
a great point Monday. Make a great
You're
point
mocking
Monday.
me now.
I am not.
It was fun. It was fun for an hour.
I am not.
It was fun for an hour.
I'm not. I mean every bit of it. Scott's in Mountain Home. Scott, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Scott.
Uh-oh. Can't hear you.
Well, we can hear you, so let her rip.
There he goes.
Yep, goner.
That was too bad.
Yeah,
because he
I
came.
could tell a good point was coming.
It was.
I could tell
it was
point
loaded
coming.
and ready to
Yeah,
fire.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that.
So Bart's saying that College Game Day could come to Fayetteville.
Well, he didn't just say it; he flat out predicted it.
Predicted it.
Said if Arkansas beats
there we
Texas
go.
A&M, if
There we
Arkansas
go.
wins Saturday, they're coming.
Well, why not go
I think
ahead?
Pat McAfee's
Yeah.
staying at his
Yeah,
house.
Absolutely.
They're going to go out and party together.
McAfee.
Bart's going to run the streets.
Oh, boy.
Bart's going to run the
You got a
streets
belt
with Pat
buckle?
McAfee.
You got a belt buckle to hit
I do
Dixie
not.
Street
I do
with
not
Pat?
have. I do not have a belt buckle.
If you come
or a
in
cowboy
Monday in a
hat or
tank
anything.
top, I'm going to know that.
Here's what
that will never happen, Chuck.
If
that's good.
If I get chosen to attempt the kick for like 50 grand on game day, I just want to announce now. I'll give all the proceeds to the NIL fund.
What?
I'll give all the proceeds if I get 50 grand for making the 33-yard
That's the kind of
field goal
guy you
kick.
are.
I'll make a donation.
I want Bart to be the guy.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we do
to be the guy?
Why don't we do 50-50 kicks?
50-50 raffle on kicks.
Yeah.
We'll just take bets.
It's the best
We'll
part of the show.
We'll just take bets.
That is such a good thing they did in that show. Like it's
It is
must
good.
watch television.
It is.
I noticed though
And they're coming to Fayetteville. All they got to do is win the game. All they got to do is win the game Saturday.
You want to predict the victory while you're at it?
What's going to happen, Bart? What's going to happen?
Oh, Arkansas is going to win the game.
Okay.
So in other words, game day's
Game
coming.
day. Game day's coming.
So in other words, game
Game day's coming.
You heard it here. You heard
Game
it here.
day's coming.
They're practically on their way.
Get on the Chuck and Bo gravy train on a Great Point Monday. Game day's coming. McAfee's coming. Herb Street's bringing his dog.
Oh yeah, dog's going to be here too, man.
No frisbee throwing to that dog. Just bring the dog.
Keep that guy away.
Yeah. Man, I'm just looking forward to another game in Fayetteville. Golly.
It's been a while.
Hey, Chuck and Bo Show. Have a great Monday. We'll be back and try it again tomorrow.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you